Don't free pass me. There he is. There he is, Low Richard Richardson.
Devin,
Yo,
I'm here at the little baby
when they fight
concert.
this nigga getting
This
broke up.
nigga,
Word
you're
am I there? Are you
trash.
gonna post this?
You're
Are you gonna
trash.
post this?
Devin,
No,
you
you're not.
trash.
You're not gonna post
Devin,
this.
I have you
He can only say the same thing.
B3 Picks TV, we back again. Man, tap the like button, follow the channel, help the channel grow. We definitely building. Man, we got over, I think we got 585 active followers or subscribers here on YouTube, man. Shout out to y'all. We building our community. It's growing beautifully, man. I'm extremely thankful for all the love and support. Keep working with us. We got our memberships active, man. I wanted to say this at the start of the show. We doing monthly giveaways right now. We're gonna do the first one April 1st for everybody that's an active member. You will have a opportunity to win at least like a $25 cash out from me, and then we're gonna continue to build our community, build our team up. So, hey, the grind don't stop. We working. Man, this is about to be a fire show today. We're going to talk a lot about what's going on with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia locking in for September. That's pretty much that's the fight that Oscar's calling for, the fight that Ryan and Devin are calling for, Bill. So everything, the roles are going through Rolly. Devin is locking in with Rolly in May, and then he's going to be turning around and fighting Ryan in September. So, yeah. So we're going to get into this. We're going to get into a lot of the testing talk as well because I was shout out to Bill. I was watching Bill. I was watching Norman Senior. Shout out to Mill City and also Henry Garcia. Everybody's doing their rounds right now. Um, now, it's funny how everybody has various opinions on it. So we're gonna get to it. Shout out to my brother Juan Claudio. Shout out to Vay, Mike Rim. Salute. Let me let me do this real quick. I'm going to send a link to. Okay, bet. Pugilism, what's going on? Hook it up. Free the zone, ultimate subscription. Top rank stacks up the zone with Shakur and Keyshawn cards. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Hold on, let me send this right quick. Hold on. I put it in the chat one. So y'all can pull up. Y'all tap that like button when y'all come through, help the channel grow. We definitely growing. Yeah, so we're gonna do a lot of giveaways. Hold on, let me see. Freedom pulled up.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
What's going on, Free? Good morning.
What's going on, man? What's you?
Man, listen. Thankful. Just got off of Cam J show. Make sure y'all follow Cam J. Cam J will be pulling up today too. Make sure y'all pull up on Cam J. Let me just say this. I'm gonna say this for everybody, and and I'm glad I got. Shout out to the Sports Shop Network, the People's Network. So from here on out, we're gonna be doing member only panels on B3 Picks TV, B3 SPN, and we're gonna have to kick it like that. And reason why we doing it is because one, we gotta ensure that everybody that we have on the platform wants to see the platform elevate. Just because you got a membership don't mean you're gonna come up here and say anything. We still gotta have respect for ourselves and for those that's listening. So that's how we doing it. And I'm definitely gonna start. I have the Discord. I'm gonna be putting everybody in our members Discord. So that way we'll have like I can drop the link in the members Discord, that'll work. So I got a lot in store and we just gonna keep working. Hey Juan, talk to me, man. How you feeling today?
Like $1 million. What's going on, yeah?
Okay. Hey, let me say this. A real one. Shout out to Vacay Bay. Supporting. I appreciate you. Listen, that membership, YouTube make it so easy to join that membership. It's a click away. It's definitely just a click away. So I appreciate that, Vay. And you got all the perks coming to you. So what I'm doing. Hold on, Juan, let me mute you real quick. What I'm doing is this. I am doing the members only Discord is really going to be for business professionals, but our members to connect. And that way, you can have access to people in different various fields that you might not have. You know, you might not be acute in those fields. So you'll have people that you can have access to. Free is in all various. I mean, Free's been military. Free's been, he services police. He also is in security and I mean, well versed. So we got people like Free. We're gonna have other business professionals. So you'll have access to the members Discord. Um, the name of it is this though, it's Universal Business Group. So I'm gonna be also putting some stuff out about that. But we got a lot coming. So stay tuned. We got a lot coming. I don't have to drop everything right now. You got me excited. I believe we now have 9 active members on YouTube. So appreciate you. And you'll be in the running for that $25 giveaway on April 1st. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let's talk about a little bit of boxing. I'm gonna have to kick it. Free, hold on. So I'm gonna start off the show like this. Now, Devin and Ryan, they had a back and forth online. Everything is surrounding the testing and essentially when it should start. Devin wants Ryan to pretty much agree to the fight now, so they have to start testing now. What's your thoughts on it, Free? Now, on the flip side of that, Turkey only wants 2 weeks of testing. I mean, excuse me, 2 months of testing. My apologies. 2 months of testing, 8 weeks of testing. So that's Turkey's standard is 8 weeks. Of course, we know Devin had an extended period of time of testing with Brian Norman Jr., right? That was a long, they pushed that fight all the way to November. So there was about 6 to 7 months of testing, I believe, for Norman Jr. What's your thoughts, Free? Do you feel like they should go ahead and get the fight signed and enroll in testing? Or do you believe that, I mean, if Turkey's paying for the fight, it's only 8 weeks, then that's just what it is. They still gotta run it.
Yeah.
And and let me just say this real quick, Free. The only reason it's an issue is because they're the A side talk. And people are saying that Devin can't dictate to Ryan because Ryan is the A side. So break that down for us, Free. What's your thoughts?
Um. It's it's a side to a certain extent. Now, when we're talking about the testing, um, you got this individual was considered using something that he shouldn't have been using, and for that, of the fight was considered a no contest. So it should be on the fighter that want to clear his name and prove to everybody that it had nothing to do with that. I was dealing with something that was, um, but in the same token, um, if the promoter that's putting on the fight only requires them to do 8 weeks and you signed a contract for that, you can't assume that somebody's going to do something more than that. Because if that's what the promoter says and you agree to that contract, that's all that the fighter has to do. He just had to hold up to what the contract says. Now, I understand you might feel he might do something prior to him going into 8 weeks, but does that really have an effect on what goes into the fight after he's been clean for 2 months and he's fighting you? Does that does that have any effect of what he did prior to him getting ready for your fight? I don't know if it does. I've never been in a situation where I use performance enhancing drugs. I never known for anybody using drugs, any performance enhancing drug around me, what the effects of
Free, you breaking up,
somebody
Free.
going.
Free, you
Oh yeah,
cutting
I'm
up,
moving
G.
around. I'm moving around. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good money.
Yeah, you still
All
you
right.
still cutting though. Hold on, let me see. Go ahead, Free. You can cook.
Yeah, so I don't know what the effects of it from using it prior to 2 months of you about to fight. So, but it's going to take a give and take from both sides. Um, I think Devin is going to, if Devin doesn't get that put in the contract, he can't expect the fighter to do something that's not in the contract. The fighter's only going to do what they're obligated to do. Now, it could be on Ryan to show good faith and do it, but I don't think Ryan is going to do something like that. You gotta be willing to give and take in this situation if you really want the fight to happen.
I'm definitely with you on that. And listen, shout out to everybody in the building. I just want you to know, I just want everybody to know, listen, um, if you want to me to drop the link, request the link, uh, join the membership, man. Help us build, support the channel, help us grow. And we definitely building. Now, Juan, talk to me about this fight, right?
You're
Like, and you're when the way you look at it, the way you see the fight, do you feel like Golden Boy and Ryan do need to capitulate to go ahead and agreeing to the testing, like a Brian Norman Jr. did? What's your take on it? Or are they the A side and they can kind of do what they want in that situation?
before I cook like hot sauce. Sounding good on y'all right quick? Because I know
Yeah.
my headphones be acting up a little bit.
We hit you at work, but go ahead, do your thing.
Nah, I pay your fee. But first things first, right?
Yeah.
My biggest thing with this whole situation of like these guys fighting each other and stuff like that. If you're not gonna take the A side, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm the A side. Okay, great, you are the A side, but you still got caught cheating. That's one, right? So even if you want to beat these allegations of, oh well, I didn't take anything, or I didn't take it to use, to perform my enhancement. Take the test. You know what I'm saying? Just take the test. Take the little 6 month program, whatever the case may be, because you're gonna be gone for about 6 months yourself, anyway. So we don't know what you're gonna be doing in between these fights. We really know that Dev has something lined up for the 30th of May, and you're supposed to be coming back sometime in June or July, whatever the case may be, right? If the case may have been that you didn't take anything, what are you hiding? Why are you denying this protocol? You know what I'm saying? Same way that Floyd did it, having an Olympic style drug testing. Because anyway, I feel like all organizational belts, if you're holding a belt or anything, you should be technically having these dudes take a drug test. Interim champs, regular champs, whatever the case, whatever champ it is. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to take something. You're supposed to take a drug test at least every couple months, or even at least every couple 2 months. So the case may be that you're not taking anything. You are like, all right, cool. I'm not really taking anything at this point. Yeah, then you take the test. If you're hiding something, then you're gonna be speculating like Golden Boy and fucking Ryan is. Sorry for cussing, but they doing this because they know that this kid is dirty. He's gonna pop dirty again. I guarantee it. Because if they do fight and he pops dirty again, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna end up popping dirty again.
Nah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. It's a safeguard. Now, people, this is like real common sense for me, respectfully, is that, for instance, if I go in a situation and let's say, you one up me, you did things that were beneficial to you but was outside of the agreement. So in essence, you tried to get over. Now, you sown distrust and discourse. You sown distrust by your actions. So now, if we go into another situation where we have to come to an agreement, I do have to ensure that you're not going to do everything you did the first time. That's just basic under life experience, right? When you go through something once, you shouldn't have to continually to make the same mistakes over and over. It's all about growth. So I'm with you 1,000%. They should just go ahead and try to lock it in now and get the testing so that way they
But
can.
but you know what's the thing is that they're gonna be having two different things because he's gonna say, oh well, I beat you da da da, and then Dev's gonna say, "Well, you popped 30 in this first fight, so how did you really beat me?" So that's the thing. Everybody's gonna be like, "Well, he got beat because everybody gonna just remember the beating that took." But at the end of the day, people don't understand the whole circumstances behind the thing. So, like for a casual fan, yeah, Ryan Garcia beat up Devin Haney, but then for us, we know what happened after the fact. Because if you go up and ask a regular fan, be like, "Oh, do you know what happened after the fact of the fight?" The 9 times out of 10, somebody can know. But if you ask a casual, they're not gonna know what the hell's going on. They're not gonna understand what's going on. Most of these guys don't understand anything. They just follow the guy to follow the guy because he fights on, he does YouTube and he fights on big pay-per-views and stuff like that. That's really the only reasons why this guy is such a star because he's on the YouTube, he's on whatever stream site that he's on doing shenanigans. Like again, this is something that's been happening for years, but it's like, all right, bro, like you're not setting no stones or you're not carving no name out for yourself at this point in time.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. Now, I do want to get you in on this free. Like, talk to us about like the mentality or the mindset going into this situation as a Devin Haney. Like compartmentalizing the fact that you do have to get through Rolly Romero to get to the Ryan Garcia fight. Do you feel like that's something that Devin is going to be able to complete fairly simple based on his experience, or do you think that Rolly could possibly be a you know give him a tough fight? What's your thoughts on this situation?
I think if he's going to fight Rolly before he fights Ryan, I think he needs to focus on Rolly and worry about Ryan once that fight is over with. Because your focus on Ryan and your mindset is on Ryan, but you have another task at hand. If you drag this thing on with Ryan, your whole focus on Rolly is not there. Your focus is on Lee. So take care of Ryan first. I'm sorry, take care of Rolly first, and then worry about getting this fight signed and delivered for Ryan. Don't worry about Ryan now because you're not fighting Ryan now. Now, if you're planning on fighting Ryan next, then yeah, go ahead and focus on Ryan. But if you plan on having another fight and a guy that just beat Ryan, somebody that gave you some trouble, regardless of the PEDs and the overweight, he gave fight. You need to focus on that guy that beat the person that gave you some trouble, because obviously he knows how to win against the guy that gave you trouble. So he's not going to be an easy win. I think Devin will win this fight easily if he's focused on Rolly. But I think what I've been seeing from Rolly Romero, like since he got with Ishmael, he's been a lot more mature and a lot more locked in on his opponents. It ain't been a whole lot of antics like we used to see for Rolly. We see a Rolly that's more so focused on his opponent instead of all of the out of the ring antics. So I don't know if that's somebody that you want to play around with, because Rolly can punch and Rolly been on PEDs. We know Rolly having a lot of power. Everybody that fought him says that Rolly can punch. So I wouldn't take him lightly.
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that free. Let me bring in Ja. Man, Ja, my brother, man. Appreciate you blessing the platform today. And let me just say this to everybody. Shout out to everybody on the panel. There's members that's supporting. We doing members only. I need y'all to click that button on your phone. It's an Apple Pay away, $7 a month. That's less than $2 a week, less than $84. Well, right around $84 for the year, right? Just to ensure that the channel grow. I need people around that's going to help support. This is grassroots, so I appreciate everybody that's showing up and showing out. And I'm setting up right now the members link. So I'm gonna get your phone number, and you'll be in the members, so we can just drop the link to all the members that can come up and kick it with us. And salute to everybody in the building. Mr. Moore here, pugilism. Zon, appreciate you pulling up. Hey, we definitely working. Job, man, talk to me, man. How you feeling today? And then talk about this Devin Haney going into the Rolly and Ryan fights. What's your thoughts on Ryan testing and just break everything down for us?
I'm good. I'm just chilling for real. But so Rolly and Devin is fighting.
Yup,
Cause
in May.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still think Devin he'll probably wind up dropping Rolly a couple times, maybe once or twice. Win on 12 rounder. And then I don't know who Ryan got another fight covered up.
Yeah, nothing lined up. Oscar's calling for the Devin fight to be Ryan's next fight. So that's what Oscar wants for Devin, and I believe that's what the zone want, that rematch.
Mm, I would fight Rolly first, but I would think that Oscar maybe they really is trying to do it instead of him fighting Rolly, but it just seemed like perfect timing for Oscar to say that. Just cause like they probably gonna do the Rolly fight first, and then they could just keep playing games like all the mind games they be playing and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely with you. Let me bring in Cam, man. Cam, man. Appreciate you blessing the platform. Make sure y'all follow Cam J Network. We had a phenomenal show earlier today, breaking down all of the action and everything upcoming. We'll go into Alicia and we'll talk about that a little later. Cam, man, talk to me. Talk to me about this. Like, where do you sit as far as this Devin Haney going into these two fights? And do you feel like the Rolly fight could possibly be like a stumbling block? Do you see Rolly giving Devin a tough fight?
Yeah, I mean, me personally, man, I believe Rolly is not an easy fight for Devin. Do I believe Devin wins the fight? Yes, I believe he wins the fight, but I don't believe that it's an easy fight. My perspective for real. But I mean, of course, my stance. I would rather, Devin and Ryan get it cracking now, and it don't leave no error for one of these guys to lose or whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? In between, time in which we just had with Rolly upsetting, beating, Ryan. Well, not even the upset in particular for real. Just saying that Rolly beat Ryan last year. So I mean, it, Devin and Rolly. I like the fight. This in unification. Devin wins the fight, then he has another, strap at 147. Then it adds on to where it's a even more bigger fight, with another strap added along with him and Ryan. Um, so I'm cool with it. Is what it is. The business, calls for it. Like I mentioned earlier, when we was live earlier, B3. So yeah, it is what it is. But I would rather it be Devin and Ryan now rather than Devin and Rolly and then going in because Rolly is not an easy fight. I think Rolly definitely got an opportunity where he can sneak up and probably get an upset over Devin possibly. You know what I'm saying? If Devin ain't on this A game and thinking that this fight is just gonna be so sweet for him.
Yeah, I mean, based on his experience, his sparring experience with Rolly, I think he knows what he's up against. I don't think he's gonna do that. But I see what you're saying. I mean, based on the power, and he looked pretty. He stuck to the game plan against Ryan, right? So he had good form against Ryan. Ja, I mean, break that down, Ja. Like, do you feel like Rolly can stick to a game plan against Devin Haney?
Mm, Rolly capable. I feel like he got a new mindset. His fight with Ryan. I mean, I feel like he pretty professional in his fights. Like even when he fought Tank, I feel like he came prepared. But then like I don't know. I just feel like Devin and Rolly personally and they styles. Like if you combine that together, I feel like Devin going school Rolly. Not an easy fight, cause Rolly not an easy fight, cause he awkward and then he athletic and he got enough experience, like where he gonna make it a hard fight for anybody. But I think Devin got Rolly number. That's what I'm saying. Like I think he just gonna school him. Probably drop him once or twice, then winning a 12 rounder.
Yeah, yeah, that would be. I mean, I would definitely like to see Devin. If he gets his, he definitely went for it against Norman Jr. Norman Jr. wasn't ready to go, as we can see. He fought all 12 rounds pretty hard. Yeah, like if he can hurt Rolly, hopefully he will try to look for the knockout.
It's like Shakur and Jamel Herring or something like similar to that. Like I feel like Devin might got some sparring history with Rolly enough where it's just like he might have your number though.
Mhm. Hey, listen, we're gonna see. It's gonna be fire. I'm excited for it. I feel like let me pivot real quick because it was that me and Cam was talking earlier, and Cam broke this to me earlier. Boots is possibly gonna be fighting Xander Zayas. They in negotiations. What's y'all thoughts on that? Is that a fight? Like, I want to start with John and I'll move it around. And appreciate everybody in the building. Make sure y'all tap the like button, follow the channel, help the channel grow. We building. Appreciate all the support. Boots, Xander is in negotiations, y'all. So we really have to stay tuned and locked in on that. I do believe that that is a great fight at 154. A tough fight for Xander to take. But he's the unified champion, so he has to do what he got to do, right? Um, do you see Xander being able to win that fight against Boots, Jaw? Or do you think that's gonna be too tall of a task?
I mean Xander Young, he already to me like he solidified just cause he a throwback fighter to me. I don't got him beating Boots. I don't know though. He could do anything that he put his mind to because he got that young edge. Like I get that young edge he got that give him a possibility. And he's sturdy. But like, I don't know. He don't have to fight Boots. He don't have to fight Boots. So that's even more credit to him for that. That's dope. And then Devin was like calling him and Boots out. Well, Devin Crew calling them out and stuff like that. So it's like kind of funny that he like transition from kind of asking Devin who he think he is to like fighting Boots, which everybody act like they want to fight.
Yeah, it's interesting how everything kind of shook out. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm disappointed in Josh Kelly. I'm disappointed in Josh Kelly not taking the Xander fight, not making sure that happened. But we'll see what's next for him. And Cam, let me bring you in on this, Cam. Now, at 154, we're gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna pivot real quick. And shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all see we working, we building. Make sure y'all tap the like button and help us grow, help the channel grow. Put some color in the chat if you can. Shout out to Vay, K Bay becoming a member today. Listen, that's building community, that's building up our team, and we need that. I wanna know, we're gonna do the top. We're going right now, we're gonna look at 154, y'all. We're gonna look at 154. Now that Bachram has been upset by Josh Kelly, I want to go top five at 154. Let me break some of the names down for everybody in here. Of course, we have Fundora Thurman coming up. We also have Virgil Ortiz, interim champion for the WBC. We have Jerome Boo's interim champion with the WBA. We do have, uh, you know, Xander Zayas, who's the unified champion. And then we also have Josh Kelly, right, with the IBF champions. Now we also have Brandon Adams. He's number one, I believe, for the WBO. But let me review that. Uh, and salute. What's going on, Coach Eddie? Salute. Coach Eddie said boots. That shit I'm already knowing. Let me do this real quick. Um, talk to me, Cam. Who's looking like your top five right now at 154? Break that down for the people.
The hottest division right now in boxing right now at 154. I would say definitely Xander being not no order, but I would say Xander, of course, definitely Sebastian Fundora being the champion, him as well. Boots Ennis as well, and like the fourth and fifth spot can be a lot of various guys in a sense. You obviously you will put Josh Kelly as a champion currently, but like eye test wise, is he really truly top five at 154 to me? Probably not in particular. We got to add a little context with Virgil Ortiz, even though he got his legal situation with Oscar, of course, and just any you want to add Jamel Charlo in the conversation since he was undisputed. He didn't lose his titles, undisputed wise. He just lost to Canelo. You can add him into the conversation, even though he hasn't fought in about 3 years. So
Let me jump in real quick, Cam. My apologies. Shout out to
yeah,
my
go
brother,
ahead.
Pop a lot of smoke, James. I appreciate you, smoke. Listen, I just added you to the members B3SPN members link. You got it. Now listen, the members only panel is important because that's going to help us grow. And I appreciate everybody that's going to join the membership and it's going to jump on the panel and help us build this thing out. Hey, we fellowshipping, and I appreciate you, Pop. Let's work. You in the group now. Let's get to it. Go ahead, Cam, and I appreciate BVO pulling up. Go ahead, Cam, and then we gonna keep cooking.
Yeah, it's a lot of guys, at 154, that's definitely putting in some work. With of course you got Sebastian Fundora, he got Thurman coming up March 28th, so he active. Xander and Boots, obviously we talked about that earlier, that they in preliminary talks, as far as fighting right now. Virgil, he kind of dealing with his legal action with Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya right now. Josh Kelly. Now we talked about him a little bit earlier, where at first it was Xander and Josh Kelly negotiating, but now Josh Kelly was a guy that was trying to act like he was the A side over, Xander, the past week. And, Xander, like, man, fuck all that bull. My bad cussing. But, forget all of the mess. We're going to go ahead and go into negotiating and talking with Bruce Ennis right here, which is, it's real intriguing to me, as far as, definitely, getting this cracking right now because, Boots is the interim in the WBA at 154. So I definitely like, that, Boots and Sanders getting cracking. And, it's going to be a great fight if they can get it done. And especially, it's definitely easy for them to get it done, like we mentioned earlier, as far as Top Rank. Top Rank is with the zone now. So Top Rank, Matchroom, the zone, let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking.
Hey, we have to. Hey, shout out to T Hill in the building. Coach Eddie, salute to
And I wanted
everybody.
to
Man, we
mention too, you
definitely
made a
working.
good point earlier too about Virgil. If Virgil, once he get out of his legal situation, that he should push, his position as the interim champion in the WBC for as Sebastian Fundora too. So that's something Virgil, like if he can get his legal situation together, maybe Virgil should go ahead and push his championship status and try to fight, Mr. Sebastian Fundora. If Sebastian Fundora beats Thurman next week.
1000%, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. Now, let me just say this to everybody that's in here. Starting April 1st, we are gonna do like a monthly raffle type giveaway for everybody that's active members, just to give back, and then we'll just keep building and building over time, different things. The first time we're gonna do $25 cash app or gift card, whoever. So shout out to everybody joining membership. Right now we got 10 active. God is great, and I'm thankful. Listen, look at all these brothers on the panel supporting. We've been doing this. Our year anniversary will be April 15th. So, man, listen, when I stepped out, leaped out on faith, y'all, I was doing 7 days a week DoorDash. I mean, nobody in here works 7 days a week. I was driving a vehicle 7 days a week while I work. But I'm thankful, and everything paying off. We finally got our monetization. So, hey, I'm blessed, man. I appreciate all the love. Let me see. Hold on. We got a lot. Hey, we got the panel was packed. We got BVO in here. BVO, man, you got some. What's going on? Talk to us. Bentley in here. Appreciate y'all. Talk to me. Smoke.
Hey, come back to me 1 second.
What's
Okay, I
good with
got
you?
you.
What's good with you?
Man, thank you,
Oh,
man.
what it
Appreciate
do?
you. Appreciate you joining the membership. Smoke. That mean a lot. That's gonna help us grow and get to the points and the stages that we need to be in. This is grassroots, so we building from the ground up. So we're not getting no YouTube checks yet. So, all right, that's $7. That's a big deal. So I appreciate that. For sure, man. Let me talk to you. Let me ask you this, Smoke. So we got Devin. We talking Devin Haney today. Well, actually, we talking 154. Let me pivot back.
Okay.
154. Who's looking? Who you think is your top five right now? 154. Break that down for us.
My top five?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, hmm. Just looking at them, right? Can't go against Xander. Fedor's probably number one. Xander has two belts. Like you can't deny that. Um, After that, man, take your pick. If between Virgil and Boots, or Josh Kelly got a belt, but he's sounding a little reluctant now. Fedora. Okay, Fedora, Xander, Boots, Kelly, Virgil. Virgil ain't never had no real belt. So there you go. That's my top five right
Mm. Now,
there. I mean, but he's number one by default. Like it's kind of hard to say, man, because like if you look at
so you
box,
don't look at Xander being the unified champion as number one?
not just yet. He's close to. He's a close to. He's definitely in front of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It could be 1B, or 1A, but it's like, I mean, I seen like Fedora got a loss, yeah. And then, he came back and had some rough, tough ones. I ain't saying I like him, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's crazy, man. Like, because like I said, when you look at Box Direct, you see Boots' face. But before Boots won his fight, it was Virgil's face. So, uh, it's dicey up there, man. It's real, real, real dicey up there. I
Mm,
mean, Bentley, if he beat the
mm.
dog, Bentley, then he jumped ship. He not ship, but he jumped the line. But until then,
Whoa.
Talk about it, free. You about to get it? You about to cook on that 154?
Yeah. I mean, what the way I look at it, I give it Xander number one. I got Sebastian number two. I got Josh Kelly number three. Got Jerron Bootson as number four. I got Virgil number five. I'm always for you got champions at the weight class, they go in front of everybody. They're the champions. Regardless of who they beat for the title, they're the champions. Everybody is chasing the champion. So you can't have somebody that's not a champion that's chasing to be a champion in front of a champion. So being though that Xander is the only unified champion, and the reason he's unified because one of the guys that was unified dropped his belt, I got to give Xander number one. And so I give
Yeah.
Sebastian Fedor number two. I give Josh Kelly number three, and then Boots, and then Virgil.
I mean, it's the same people. Like I think it's dicey because you got Josh Kelly who's saying before the Baccarat fight, I ain't got no problem fighting Boots, and then after the Baccarat fight, now I'm weighing my option.
Yeah, no, Josh Kelly wouldn't have been in it if he didn't beat Bartram. Bartram would have been number three, but Bartram dropped out because he
You
got juiced.
lost. Yeah.
Lost, yeah. But all I'm
Josh
saying is
Kelly.
that I kind of look at it like, yo, bro, like before you got that belt, you were saying Boots wanted he could get it. Then you got that belt, and we talking about weighing your options. So
No,
I mean,
You gotta remember,
I mean, I see what you're saying, but until he lose the belt, I gotta put him in front of Virgil and Jerron. I can't put them in front of, especially Jerron only had one fight there. He only had one fight there. So I can't base off that one fight that he's the best guy at 54. I could say he's better than that one guy, but I can't say he's better than the champions. He ain't fought none of the champions. So I gotta give it to Josh Kelly because
I mean, regardless of how you might feel about Juwan Boots, he could have moved right up and fought the champion right away. He was a unified champion at 47. He chose to get a tune-up fight first, and then fight, fight for a title or whatever have you. I'm not knocking him for that, but I can't put him in front of a champion when you had the opportunity to fight a champion and you chose to take a tune-up first and then go after the champion.
1000%. Shout out to Bella Faith, and salute to everybody still in here. Make sure y'all tap the like button. Um, it's a little feedback on somebody. Somebody like,
Somebody in the car.
okay, cool. I appreciate y'all. Um, I wanted to bring in BVO. BVO, I thought you was about to cook. I'm not sure if you that was you with the feedback.
Yeah, you hear me?
Oh yeah, cook. Yeah, you good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be me. I'm in the car, but I say when it comes to Boots, really good fighter. I think the hard thing is he's just not gonna get these opportunities because you got to think Eddie Hearn didn't feed Conor Ben the Boots. He's not gonna feed Josh Kelly the Boots. The thing is, it's all about opportunity, and I think a lot of these guys, depending on how marketable people think they are, that's why they get them. They want to give. They're gonna give Xander every opportunity there is to be undisputed at 54. So don't be shocked. I know he got that date locked in for June for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I'm gonna actually be there, Loris will. So it probably might be Josh Kelly. We don't know, and we just seen that the Zone just signed that big deal. Top Rank signed a deal with the Zone. So some of us was hearing that they was gonna go back to ESPN, and Jake stepped in. So you never know what's gonna happen until it happens, man. But I'll say this about 54: the best fighter, man, is to me who got the belts. You can give me all you want. I got to get a dude that's going in there fight for the belts. The credit. That's why I love Jamel Charlo so much because he went in there and beat people dead and fought for the belts. That's what it's all about. Not about what we think, about what you do.
I'm in agreement with you on that. Now, outside of that, I mean, 154 is looking like we in prime position for at least one big fight now that Virgil is not going to be fighting Boo Sinis. I want to put Xander versus Boots to the panel. We're gonna start. Ja, we'll start with you, Ja. Talk to me, bro. Um, Xander Boots, who you got?
Boots.
Just that simple, Boots. Uh, who you? Go ahead and put it out there, Smoke. Just so we got everybody on record.
Um, uh, that'd be a good one. Be a both good test for both of them. 50-50 fight. I'll take Boots in that one. But I did want to. I want to ask BBO a question after everybody go.
All right, Juan, can we get you on this real quick? Boots, Xander. Juan working. Juan, okay,
I
good.
got Boost. I got Boosty by knockout.
By knockout.
Yep.
And Juan
Mm.
ain't from Puerto Rican.
Yep.
Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet.
Well, Juan gonna keep it even. Juan gonna call it like he see it. Let me bring in Cam. Cam, who you got in that Xander versus Boots?
Man, I'm going with Boots, man. I gotta go with Boots. I think with Boots, I think he's more experienced. I think Xander, like I mentioned earlier, I believe he can fight in all ranges. The inside, the mid range, and the outside. He's very talented. So I think it'd be a very competitive fight. I think Xander definitely, come for the action for sure. But I think with the experience with Boots, I think that'll carry over in this fight. So I would definitely go with Boots for sure.
Mm.
1000. I'm in full of. Hey, outside of that, hold on, I'm gonna end with BVO free. Who you got in that matchup?
Um, I got I got Jerron Boots in a very close fight. I think he wins this fight 7-5, but I think it's going to be very close. I think a lot of people are underestimating Xander Zayas' boxing ability, his activity, his movement in the ring. I saw the trouble that Karen
Yeah.
gave Jerron Boots with his movement. I think Xander Zayas can do the same thing. The only difference is I think Xander Zayas is willing to land shots while he's moving with Kern wasn't trying to do anything but stay away from Jerron Booker. So I think it will be a very close fight, but I favor Jerron 7-5.
BBO.
I would say culturally, I know people probably want to pick Boots, but my thing is this: if I look at what he's done, nothing tells me he can be the guy like Boots. I mean, be the guy like Xander, who's been in there with just about everybody you can fight. Because you got to remember, since about 16, he's been a pro. And he's been fighting tougher and tougher and tougher guys. Like when we went to go see him, shout out to my man TD. The thing that I noticed is that Xander totally neutralized this dude. And I thought it was considered running, but who knows? I just don't believe in Boots because the man's been pro over a decade, and I haven't seen him fight anybody remotely as good as Xander. So what tells me he can beat him? This is not Roman Villa. This is not Stanionis. This is Xander, the Puerto Rican dude that they love. I mean, if this fight's in New York, it's going to be a hard press for Jerron to win. Just to be totally honest, I got Xander by split decision.
Ooh.
Okay, cash.
Wow. So we got listen, 7 brothers on the panel.
Intriguing.
And 6-1 for Duran. Hey, this is gonna be a fire fight. You always need people that believe that a fighter can upset the apple cart or turn the boxing world on his head. So a young guy like Xander Zayas who I mean he definitely has been pro since he was at a young age of 16, 17 years old. Boots has had over 30 fights. Maybe like over 35 fights at this point. He might have 35 fights. Let me look it up.
So, hey, BBO, let me ask you this question. If you can answer.
Yeah, 35. He's 35-0 with 31 KOs.
A bunch of fluff on that. Yeah, yeah. I can't dispute that one. That one I can't be disputed. BBO, you pull back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good quick call, but yeah, did I miss what y'all said?
No, I wanted to ask you. How do you feel? Like no BS. Like you know how we joke. How do you feel about this? Because I did it yesterday, and they couldn't even stay there. Everybody went somewhere else once you start mentioning the names. Like Boot's names leads to everywhere else. How do you feel about this Oscar Virgil situation? Because I know Virgil's your guy. You want that. But how do you feel about like what's going on right now? Like, you think Virgil's doing the right thing, or is he hindering his career? Because you could end up like Mikey Garcia, bro, where we almost forgot your name.
Yeah, I would say this to clear it up. Virgil's not my guy. Oscar's my guy. When I was a little kid, when we was young, my grandma bought me a Golden Boy T-shirt, and that was my guy ever since. So I've always loved Oscar. So anybody Oscar has, I'm a support. So it's not so much Virgil, but at the end of the day, the sad thing is, just like when I played in the league, when you sign contracts, you got to honor them. And if you don't have the money to break them, which you can see Virgil don't have, I mean, I know he got some money up front. He probably bought a house. And when you buy a house, you can't get that money right back out. So, I mean,
Nope.
he either got to do what he's told or sit on the shelf. It's just that simple. Everybody like to play like this is like a fantasy world where you can break
It's
a
not.
contract
It's
because
not.
you don't feel that way. I'll give you guys an example. I had a contract with my agent till I was 34 years old, and which was
Mm.
it just
When did
went
you
out
sign it?
last year.
When did you sign it?
Anything I did, say it again.
How old were you when you signed it?
25, 26.
Oh, he was trying to get you, trying to lock you in.
But you got to
He locked
remember,
you in. That's crazy,
but
bro.
no, but you got to remember, the man gave me money up front. So what can I really say to him? I didn't have the money to break it. So the money he gave me, I was able to buy a house. I was able to kind of get started a lot faster than a lot of guys my age because of that. So yeah, it wasn't necessarily what I like, but Verosa got to shut up and go get to work. I mean, Oscar don't want to make the fight. He don't want to make the fight. What can you do? Nothing.
Well,
And I'm
hold
gonna
on.
tell you
Does he
something
want to
funny
make the
about it.
fight at a cheaper price, or well, not cheaper, but in a different? He wants to give him a set salary and give him pay-per-view on the back end instead of the $7 million up front that he just asking for. Like, but
See,
I
I
heard they're
don't
going
think
to
that's it.
arbitration
I
too.
really, I think he don't want to have what happened with Ryan. You don't want to get a brother that's out of control, that runs his mouth, that don't know when to shut up. You can't control him. So you got to put a muzzle on that dog. You guys got to realize there was no way Oscar wanted Ryan, his prized
Like,
possession, to be fighting no Tank Davis. Come on, bro. You can't let that happen again. So now he got to play hardball. And if he want to be Mikey Garcia 2.0, more power to him. Maybe there might be an Errol Spence to beat him dead for some money later. But at the end of the day, man, you got to do what you told with these contracts, man. This is real life. This ain't no
so you
fantasy.
want Oscar side?
Take
You
the
want
Arby
Oscar
show.
side with this one? You want Oscar side with this one?
No, I'm not on Oscar side. I'm just on what the court will say. When the court deliberates and gives you something, you can go to the arbitration. But I can always, as the person who lose arbitration, take your behind back to court. If you ever been to court, you realize when you get in front of the magistrates and these people, a lot of what they say feels final, unless you got the money to keep going back and forth. That's all I'm saying. You gonna go to the Supreme Court with this? What can he
Nah,
do?
that's what I'm
Right,
saying.
you right. You 100% right about that.
That's what I'm
Unless
saying.
you
Like,
got the
okay,
money, you
like
ain't going nowhere else.
to
It is
me,
final.
I would like you said, you sign that contract. This ain't, or I sign now and then I fix it right after. No, 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 no. You sign this contract, fulfill your contract. This is why I don't like these new YNs. Fulfill your contract. Because just like BVO said, when my pockets was dry, I'm looking for what I'm gonna do. I got this, I got that. Like you said, your wife been with you since you ain't have nothing. So it ain't even about what I want, it's about what I gotta do. So, bros, fulfill your contract, and then turkey money gonna be there.
Let me talk about fulfilling contracts. It's a good segue, Smoke. A
Mhm.
guy that you've been kind of uh campaigning for like a victory tour, or like, with his belt that he just got, Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, surfing with it.
It's looking like Oscar. He kind of changed his tune. BBO's got Oscar, said he wants the Devin Haney fight next. That makes the most sense. Uh, Talk to me about that, Smoke. Do we see that fight in September?
Yeah,
And then we need to go around and see who's gonna win that fight. I mean, while we here, we got a beautiful panel. The chat is full. Y'all tap the like button, help us grow. Put some color in the chat if you can. Right?
since
Break that down, Smoke.
you segue into it, right? So now we gotta talk about both fighters. Like I was telling you, it is looking like, not saying it, but it's looking like Devin having some patience. He could have two blockbusters this year, right?
Yeah,
Three, really. Well, yeah, two. He can have two blockbusters this
at
year.
least two.
At least two, right? So May 30th is looking like a date against Rowley. We know that
Right.
Ryan don't come off the boxing IR till around June, late June, July.
Hmm.
So I mean, Devin can't, like you said, he can't sit around and completely wait for Ryan. When there's right now, he got Rowley and PBC. He got the up on them, so he can make that fight could actually happen. Devin could possibly walk away with two belts, and then that fight with Ryan that I thought was going to happen next year, because I was like they're going to duck him. I ain't had no. I said they're going to duck him. They're going to make some money off of Ryan, but maybe he feel confident enough that in his head that Ryan can beat Devin, and that fight's in September. And let's on another note, let's be real. These promoters have got to make big fights without the Turk. You have to, or you're basically gonna make that man the end all be all if you don't make great fights that people want to see.
Yeah,
So
but even with the Turk is involved with Devin, of course, he signed Devin to that 3-fight agreement. Now, there were reports that this was going to be co-promoted by DAZN and Amazon Prime.
which fight?
So we just got to see the Devin Rowley.
But even without the Turk,
No,
even let's say
So
let's
we
say
just got
saying
to
that
see. We just got to see.
let, let's see here and say without the Turk, they try to make this fight. They're still not going like before him coming. They wouldn't make this fight. Like 9 times out of 10, they really wouldn't make this fight.
Devin
Whoever,
Rowley?
yeah,
yeah,
they would have not.
Right.
no,
They would
one's right.
have. They made it.
One's
They
right, but
did-
what I'm
Right.
saying is, one, they got to make it now. Like it's not no more. I'll chef you or do what I want or no. It's no, you have to make this fight because we seen the turkey. I'm sorry, we seen the turkey swoop in and
He said
stole
the
the
turkey.
last fight. It was this of the zone PBC fighters. Turk swooped in and said, "This is my fight."
I
Well, can
mean,
I
but in
add this one
reality,
thing, Smoke? I think the thing you got to understand, and I learned this. Shout out to my man Mike Ferreira that worked with Danny Garcia. Devin and them are not promoters. You hear people say they promoters. A lot of time that's just talk. Them dudes don't even have licenses that you can look up to see
That's a
if they
fact.
are
That's
promoters.
a fact.
So
I wasn't
these
talking
dudes,
about Devin and Ryan. I'm talking
no,
about
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm
and
saying. What I'm saying is people get caught up with what Bill says. Bill says he's not an employee. Bill is nothing more than an independent contractor. So it's,
true.
you really can't make these fights, and they're not going to happen if you don't concede to what they say.
No,
And that's
no,
the
that's
thing I
not.
had to
I wasn't
learn
talking about the
the
fighters,
hard way.
DBL.
Is Bill is real slick the way he says stuff, but he's not a promoter. Who have you ever seen DHP actually promote? Niggas laughed at my boy Danny Garcia when he did his show, but
But
that was him completely.
that was him completely. That's shout out to Danny for having my new favorite
And
fighter,
shout out
Joseph
to
Brown, on
Sylvia
there.
at PBC for showing Danny how to do that.
Shout out to
but you,
anybody, whoever. Like
but
'cause
but
Danny puts
but you
on
know,
Joseph Brown. I love Joseph Brown. Real talk.
but the thing is with even what even what BVO saying, right? You look these dudes up, you say, oh well, these dudes ain't promoters. It's like, all right, if you're gonna sit there and be like, okay, these dudes ain't promoters, and say, oh well, they have no fighters to their name. You got to look at these dudes. A lot of these dudes don't. Like Devin really doesn't have a lot of fighters under his name. Yeah, you have
Well,
boots. You have boot. Yeah, but you got to remember to.
let me
Yeah,
bring you in on this. Let me bring you on this one because I think we veering off. The question is this because this is what the guys are talking about. Whose name is first? Who's the A side? Who do you put at or the fight? Is it Devin Ryan or is it Ryan Devin?
it doesn't
Um,
matter because it really technically
be-
in reality, right?
for
Let's
the
sit there and
fighters,
say,
it does though.
nah, see, but in reality,
Yeah,
right, it doesn't really
nah,
matter because they're gonna make about the same amount. If you think
yeah.
about it,
I was about to
If
say
I'm
it doesn't
Devin, I
Nah,
can
they
fight
not.
my
That's
first
the thing.
openly gay
They
fight.
not gonna make. Hold on.
I'm gonna
That's
let
the
it be the A
issue.
style. If I'm
The
Devin, you fighting the first openly gay fighter, I'm gonna let you be the A side, bro, to get all
that's
that money.
that
I
is
mean,
You get all
hilarious.
me
that
Huh?
money.
personally, me
I mean,
I
personally,
mean,
when you laugh
it
about
really depends on who putting on the fight at the end of the day. But value wise, a lot of people would give Ryan the edge value wise. I mean,
See, but even
I'm a,
but even but even then
I'm
though,
gonna be
but
honest
he,
with I'm gonna be honest with you because it really doesn't matter because Devin already has his set amount that he's getting for his fight.
eh,
If they make that fight, if Turkey makes that fight right now, Devin is getting $14 million for that fight. He already knows what he's getting because the Rody fight is not a Turkey fight. That's a PBC fight. So the Ryan fight will be under Turkey. We know what Devin is getting.
I
It
don't know
doesn't
about
matter if his name is first or it's last. He knows what his money is. We already know. And the question is, what is Ryan getting for the fight?
see, but the thing is too, you guys also gotta remember, right? In the accomplishment range of like what we have here, right? Ryan's never hold the belt until he just got one, like last month. So in reality, right? Let's take a look at these guys' stage, right? Take a look at these guys' resume. One of the youngest undisputed champs ever, and the other one just got a belt, not even a month. One's never fought for a belt, and the other one's fought for countless of belts. So it's like, in reality, yes, you can be like, yeah, popularity wise, yes, Ryan Garcia is the A side. You could count that like that, but in reality, it's Dev. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's why I
I'm
say
just
it's like it cancels each other's out because it's like you can't go one against the other because it's like, well, at this point, it's a 50-50 fight because even like when they did it with Oscar and Trinidad, they didn't know who was more. Well, I mean, at that point it was Oscar, but it was like Trinidad was just that rising star that was coming up real fast.
one. I'm definitely with you
But
on that one.
I
And let
mean,
me just say this.
my thing
Shout out
is
to
y'all
my
gotta
brother Blaze,
understand
pound for
with some of
pound,
these. I wanted
pulling
to
up. Hold on,
I
y'all. Hold
wanted
on,
to
y'all.
say I
Hold
wanted
on,
to say
Cam. I
with some of
got
these
you.
I wanted to say with some of the
Hold on,
negotiations, we gotta
Cam. Let me say this
understand
real
that.
quick.
You go ahead.
Hey, shout out to my brother Blaze, pound for pound in the building, and everybody else in here. Um, hold on, we got a little background. Oh, okay, all right. Appreciate you, Ja. Appreciate you pulling up, Blaze Bentley. Everybody in here. Thank everybody that joined the membership today. Vay, Pop, everybody that's active. We doing members only panels from here on out. We gotta push the channel, help the channel grow. Thank y'all for supporting. Hey, we building, man. Hey, Cam, go ahead and cook, bro.
I mean, we got to understand that, like the accolades aspect. I mean, it plays in a factor in some negotiations, but with this one, it doesn't. Like we got to remember the man Devin Haney was the same guy that was co-main to under Ryan and Roley last year. You know what I mean? We got to add that context to the situation and know, like, if Turkey was putting the fight on, like, he values Ryan Garcia over Devin Haney right now. And that's just the truth of the matter. You know what I mean? And it was proven by that action last year when that man was the undercard to Ryan and Roley last year. And that's just the fact of the matter. But I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to them agreeing for us to test and getting that situated, which is I don't think that's going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? I know Devin, he mentioning it about him doing testing and stuff like that. I don't think the test is going to be an issue. It's just all about them just coming to where they get a date, venue, and go from there and lock that shit in. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at with it for us. That I don't want to get into all the the testing and all of that for real, because I feel like what I'm saying, we passed that in a sense now. Like it's all about getting this fight locked in now.
I want to say something to what Cam
I
you
mean,
said
I
about
would agree with that. Only thing I'll say
the
is people got to remember who Ryan's promoter is. Ryan has the guy who really, if you look at the facts, not fantasy, the reason Floyd is who you know him to be is because of Oscar. Y'all could say he was dead at the wheel, but somebody fed those fighters to Floyd. That was Oscar that did that. You can't tell me Oscar hasn't been putting on the best shows, and people realize that some of the best fighters come from him. Canelo. Now they got Ryan. And one thing I will say is this: I know people like to bring this in. Ryan plays white on TV. Color means something to these people too. I know everybody like to play this game as if it's all about accomplishments. No, it's about who people like more. For whatever reason, they don't like Devin like they like Ryan. You see Ryan hanging out with Blueface. You see Ryan hanging out with Gorlock the Destroyer. You see how Ryan's doing it. So I think that's just as simple as that. Ryan's the A side, clearly. And Devin, who's a mute, is not. He doesn't even
no,
speak.
I'm
How in
I'm
the world can he be
I'm
the A side? He don't even speak. It's not about
I'm
accomplishments. We can't think
I
I'm
don't
about
think
them,
he
but
hear
that's
you,
over.
BBO. BBO, you can't hear free.
I don't think he could.
no,
Go
I
ahead,
was going
free. Go ahead, free.
I
Go
was
ahead.
going
'Cause
I was going to say this. The only reason why Ryan was the main event over Devin, we have to realize what was going on that day. That was Golden Boy's card. Who's a bigger fighter, Jose Ramirez or Ryan Garcia? It was Ryan Garcia. So Oscar put Ryan as the main event. It had nothing to do with
They was the
Ryan
lead
and that.
promoter, but Turkey was his event. That was a
Golden.
rematch event.
It was Golden Boy's card. What
Yeah,
I'm saying
they
is,
was a lead promoter. Like they
but what?
led the
Okay.
promotion.
But
But
listen, what I'm
of
saying.
course,
But listen,
yeah, obviously, yeah, Ryan and Rolly would be the
Cam,
guy. That's for sure.
Cam. I didn't cut you off. What I'm
Are you good?
saying
You
is,
good? I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like,
what I'm saying is, Oscar was telling you who he wants as the main event. It had nothing to do with the fact that Devin and Ryan was on the card together. Oscar was putting the event together. He said, "This is who my main event is. It's going to be Ryan versus Rolly. The co-main is going to be Devin versus Jose Ramirez, and then the opening fight was Tio versus Aaron Barbosa. I mean, the more competitive fight, well, what we thought would have been the more competitive fight was Tio versus Aaron Barbosa. It ended up being Ryan and Devin. That ended up being the better fight anyway. But it was because Oscar was putting on the event. Yes, Turkey was funding the event, but it was Oscar's card. Those was all of Oscar's fighters except for Devin, Rowley,
Except
and
for the
Tio.
opponents.
Yeah, except for the
Yeah,
opponents.
except for the
All
opponents.
of the
Yeah.
fighters was Oscar fighters except for the opponents. So everyone was from a different platform. So I mean, that's the reason why Devin was the co-main. It had nothing to do with Ryan is a bigger name or Turkey likes Ryan more than he liked Devin. At that time, Devin was still working with Eddie Hearn,
Let
and
me ask this
Ryan
though.
was with Golden Boy. Turkey was dealing with both the promoters.
Let me ask you this, Cam. And I want you to respond to that. But how do you see it, just as far as Devin looking to get the Rolly fight to become unified? Do you feel like the unification will kind of solidify it being a Devin versus Ryan? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I mean, everybody wants the Devin and Ryan fight right now, to where like he beats Rolly. Yeah, everybody's expecting to see him and Ryan right after that. Like it should be no
Yeah,
one else, especially if
yeah.
Ryan doesn't have a fight, in between then. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting Ryan don't have a fight, and he rest up on his hand and train, do whatever he do, and then get ready for if they gonna allegedly fight in September. So that's what I would say. But I wanted to say something about the shit with the situation with Ryan on the A
Look on
side. Back to it a little bit.
Oh, hey, Ken, I
One
want to
thing
ask you a
too.
question.
Well, hold on, Smoke. Hold on. You can ask me a question too after that. Um, One thing about that too, we gotta add context. Devin was the undercard on the undercard of David Benavidez this past year, along with Brian Norman Jr. too. You know what I mean? Which that was a Ring magazine card. Like the cards, we got to understand. Like that, the two cards last year that Devin was on was Ring magazine cards. You have the lead promoter, which for that for us in the what when was that? Was November? Was that November or December? They had that event with Yardy. I
Yeah,
think it
that
was
was a November fight. Yep.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, the lead promoter in that one was Matchroom. So I'm just saying in general, like Turkey has
Nah.
guys. Turkey
What they
has
fight
guys
at?
as lead Turkey
What
has
what
different
they,
guys as lead promoters, on different events and stuff. Like he has Spencer Brown, the lead promoter for April 11th for the Fury and Magmadov card. Like, you know what I mean? But it's a Ring magazine card. You know what I mean?
but that David Benavidez, PBC wasn't the lead promoter for that. That was Turkey.
Okay. Um,
That was Turkey.
yeah,
That
what
wasn't
you wanted to
PBC.
ask us for?
this is what I want before, because it went like crazy. I almost forgot. I'm over here inebriated. But anyway, when you said the co-main, co-main Dev, right?
Yeah.
Like that's starting to be his name, and me and B3, I don't like that. I think it's time for him to main event. Like when the last time Devin main evented? Regis?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Ryan.
Ryan, right? Ryan. So okay, so now since then you like your last two fights, like, I don't think you should go back to any more co-mains. Um, I
Right.
feel
That
like
ain't. Yeah, I with you on that.
I feel like Ryan and Rolly was the main because they were actually a title fight. They fought
Yeah.
at a catch weight, right? Which I felt like he shouldn't have done, but that's no. I mean, he got paid what he got paid for. Here on out, I don't think he should be co-main to anybody. And if he gets these two belts against Rolly, now the A side talk, kind of change if he can get this Rolly fight come to fruition. He has two belts. I get Ryan the biggest star and all of that, but we got to come to like a 50-50 Bud Earl type of thing. I just not gonna concede everything that you say.
All I got to. This is what I said. I know you. I know you came by to cook on it, but man, Devin, go ahead and win and beat Roland, become unified. That A side talk is done. Just go ahead and line it up because he did everything he needed to do to secure the rematch. If he beats the guy that beat you. Now, with the adequate testing, with the buttoned up business, shout out to PBC, and shout out to Rolly. They were able to get a win over Ryan. You know,
Let me
so
can I ask y'all a
that's
question?
gonna be Devin needs to do that. Devin needs to get that win, so that way it's the A side talk is done.
Let me ask y'all a question. Where whoever is the A side, when it comes to Turkey putting on this card for Ryan and Devin, what does the A side get?
Well,
It his the name, like I guess that prestige,
Ryan,
When the
the
history books
split.
read it, it'll say, of course, the split. But I think Devin is not. I don't think Devin is concerned about that. His name was first the last time, and Ryan, I believe, was the A side on the money for sure. So the split is
No,
not the concern.
no, I think.
It's the history books, and no guy that's a one time champion is ever no bigger draw. I mean, I guess Ryan got some numbers now.
Oh,
He's
did
built
you
his
say?
credibility up, but he just I mean, Devin has been main event with Lomachenko, Cambosis in Australia. He didn't win. I mean, he been all over the place for years. 7, 8 years a champion. This guy Ryan, for Lawless, he cried and whined and bitched out of 135 respectfully. Excuse my language. Saying that he couldn't handle it and he didn't fight Devin in 135. He never was champion at 140. He quit versus Tank in a catch weight. So, I mean, this guy, he's not no A side over no Devin Haney, but I mean, because a
Hold on,
lot of
Freddie.
people know him,
I,
because a
I,
lot of people know him, we giving him a pass. But I
we're
mean,
not giving him a pass.
he just did something.
But
I,
no,
I'm,
I asked you. I mean, you went on a bunch of background. So I asked a specific question. What do they get? What do they get by being the A side? If Turkey is putting on the event, what do they get by being the A side?
well, I say this: Devin's already locked in for his check. It's Ryan who could get a number that could make it seem like, hey, Devin, yeah, Devin was the A side, but Ryan got paid double you know what I'm saying? It could
Yeah,
literally be that because
I mean, I'm gonna be real. It's a chance that Turkey may not. It may it may be Golden Boy having to put that fight on. Turkey may not even be the one putting that fight on. You never know. They may
man,
have to come to agreement where it had to be Matchroom and Golden Boy putting that fight on in particular for real. You know what I mean, we
no,
don't
no,
even know 100%
no,
if
That's a
Turkey
good
gonna
point.
be there.
I
That's a
agree
good
with
point because
that.
then
It's
it's
coming
not going
to
to be in
Turkey
Saudis.
because right now I'm gonna
That's a
be
good
real.
point.
Turkey's focus right now is mainly on Zuffa right now. You know what I mean, like he's mainly focused on doing everything promoting Zuffa. Then he gonna move with the Ring magazine, but of course he definitely has the interest of putting that fight on with Devin and Ryan in particular. As far as the numbers and all of that shit hasn't been negotiated at all. Like it ain't no set number what Devin's going to get right now or anything. I don't know, like why that's a big conversation and that everything has to be set upon and still negotiated with the numbers, everything as
Well,
far as
No,
people
there is,
saying that, Cam, is
there is,
because that
there
not
is.
everybody's saying Turkey. If you agree to a deal with Turkey, you not renegotiating with Turkey, and you gonna take whatever was agreed upon and all this other stuff. So, Cam,
No,
so that's
there
why
is.
people saying Devin is getting what was in that agreement 3 year when he signed that three
it'll be
fight
a
deal.
it'll be a whole different negotiations, numbers, and everything for this fight with both of them guys.
Right,
I don't
exactly.
think it's. I
As a
don't think it's going to
unification,
be.
right.
I don't think it's going to be a different number. I think Devin is going to get what's left on his
I
bill,
don't
which is
think the three deal. Me personally, I don't think the three fight deal shit with Devin is 100% real. 100%, obviously, due to the fact that he's going over there to fight Rolly with PBC. That's just me personally. I think Devin's been on a fight by fight process and deal with Turkey. That's what I personally believe. I don't think it's been three fight where it's a set number where that number is real and shit like that. Like I don't think that's real. If that's the case, they should be dropping everybody else numbers and shit. If that's the case, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I
Man,
just
and
think it's
listen,
been fight by fight. He's been on a fight by fight process with each fight with Turkey.
man, and I'm gonna say this real quick, and shout out to Oscar De La Hoya, because he's a historian of the sport. Now, when he made the first fight, of course, Ryan, he had the ace high position because it's Oscar. I mean, he's the guy. Golden Boy has been, I mean, he's withstood the test of time. And at the end of the day, the first fight he made, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, because Devin Haney was the champion. Ryan Garcia was supposed to be attempting to be a world champion for the first time. Now, fast forward, Devin looking to unify the titles as a unified champion. They're gonna go ahead and capitulate and make the fight. I feel like Oscar's even saying that he's gonna make the fight. He's not. I don't think he's going to. hold back the fight because the zone wants to fight, right? The zone wants the rematch. Now, I look at it. If Devin can beat Rolly, it's definitely the biggest fight to be made in boxing. Just a rematch. Do y'all feel the same, or do y'all see another fight bigger than that rematch right now?
I see another fight bigger than that rematch right now. David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. That fight is still bigger than Rolly and Devin right now. If they was to say
Real is a
Canelo
realistic
Alvarez
fight
Agree
is
though,
though,
fight,
Free.
Free.
if they was to say,
Like that
if they
Free
too.
was
gonna
to
try.
say,
Come on, Free.
no, you said, is there another fight bigger than that? That is another fight
What's
that's
the
bigger
what's
than
the
that.
weight difference there? Is David? Didn't Canelo say all David has is additional 25 pounds? That's all he's bringing.
I don't care nothing about the weight. I don't care
That's
nothing
not
about the
that's not
weight.
realistic, Free. Come on.
No, it is realistic because David Benavidez is the one that said if Canelo makes the fight, I will go back to 68. David Benavidez said that. I don't know David Benavidez to be a liar. So if that's what he said, and Canelo said, okay, we can make the fight, I assume that David Benavidez is going to go back to 68 and make the fight. So
Okay, I
that
can
is
see
a
that. I see what you're
that
saying.
is a bigger fight than Devin Haney and Rolly. I mean, and
Now
Ryan.
Clarissa also wished that she prayed and she wished that she could make 147. So we all know that that would be for the bomb. So I mean, we'll see, man. Cam, what's your thoughts, bro? What do you think like right now? Do you see that Devin Ryan is the biggest potential fight this year, or is there something else that you eyeing?
I mean, you got that's definitely one of them. I can say one of them. Of course, D Free mentioned DB and Canelo, which is I think will never happen because of Canelo. Just he don't want that smoke, man. He don't want that smoke with DB. Man, I just don't never see it happening. But I mean, we'll see if the money talks for him. If if that was to ever happen, the Turkey could put that together if possible. But you got
Do you see? Hold on, let me put a fight to you. While we talking, Cam.
yeah.
The Tank versus Pitbull rematch. What's a bigger fight? Do you feel like Tank coming back? The Pitbull, could that jump the Ryan? Let's say if they competed, or do you feel like the history and everything with Devin and Ryan that fight would be bigger?
I think the history with Devin and Ryan is a little bit bigger because they got that whole storyline behind them. You know what I'm saying? Even though it is a storyline with Pitbull and Tank, but I would say more so, if Tank and Roach, both guys, because what I'm hearing, both guys is going to fight on the same card, where it's Zepeda and Roach and Tank and Pitbull. So if Tank and Roach get past both of them fights and then they fight each other, I think that'd be just as one of those big fights for the year as well. Tank and Roach rematch as well. And you got
Yeah.
fights like
Hey,
I mean a fight like if I think Xander and Boots is big. I think that's one of the big fights
Yeah.
for real. I think that's a big fight for sure. And like
Errol Spence, Tim Zoo.
oh,
you
hey,
got Usyk,
Virgil and Boots. Virgil and Boots.
Virgil
If
and
they were
Boots,
to somehow,
that
they
too.
were somehow to
If
make
that
that
can come
fight.
back in full flex, you could say like the Usyk said he wants to fight the winner of Wardley and Dubois. Like maybe that winner of that fight for Usyk. Fights like that. You know what I mean? So I mean it's a lot of action out here. We got Inoue and Nakatani coming up May 2nd.
Hey, I'm
Which
a,
is
I'm gonna be
that's a
honest
big
with
fight
you.
in the sport.
I'm gonna be honest
That
with
is a
you.
huge fight.
I would love to know what the numbers is for Devin and Ryan, and compare them to the numbers of Tank and Pitbull to see which fight it was bigger. But we're never going to know what the numbers is for Devin and Ryan if Turkey put it on, or if the zone is, or if they put it on the zone don't put their numbers out. So we would never know. We'll know what the live date is, but we'll never know what the numbers is.
Oh, another fight, AJ and Fury. AJ and Fury, that's another big fight that can be made this year. The UK they've been clamoring for that fight for years with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. That's another big fight. So
Yeah,
it's a lot of
I
other
think that.
different
Let
fights
me
I,
out there.
but I only
nah
think
without
I
what
only think that fight is a big fight in the UK. I don't think that's a big fight um over here. I think
Yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
that's a
I mean, it's what it probably it translate a little bit over the US, but not as much. You know what I'm saying? Because like we already seeing right now with the April 11th card, it ain't really no conversation about Fury fighting Mac in that fight, and you got Conor Ben fighting Reese's Prograde. We probably talked about Conor Ben more than Fury, on that card more so than everything, and we only talked about Conor Ben because of the Zuffa signing. So it's crazy, man.
Conor Ben fighting Regis Prograis?
Yes, you ain't know that.
No, I didn't know that. I knew that he was fighting on Zupa. I didn't know who his
What?
opponent was.
Yeah, he fighting. Yeah, he fighting Reese's Prograde April 11th.
Oh
He the
man,
co-main on the Fury card, the Fury Makhmadov card.
this man Conor Ben don't fight nobody, man. This man he's worse than Virgil. He's worse than Virgil. This man don't fight nobody.
I'm
Yeah,
still
free.
not
I didn't know
knowing
you
when they
didn't
had
know
that
that.
fight coming right there, man.
That's your
No,
guy,
I did.
man. And guess what, free? And not only that, free, he pulling him up to 150.
Yeah, see, that's even worse. Oh my God.
Yep,
This
they fighting
man
at
is a
150.
career 140-pound fighter. He moving this man all the way up to 160.
150.
Oh no, get the hell up out of here, though. I definitely know. I don't even care to see that fight. I don't even care to see that fight. This
They
man,
putting
Conor Ben, is absolutely, he's
wild work. And
absolutely
hold on. And the
bogus.
reports
CBA
are,
rocking with Connor.
let me
This
ask y'all
man,
this, because the reports are that he's getting 15, he got a $15 million deal.
man,
Is
I
that
would have
proposed
took
as
no,
one fight or multiple fights? Because this,
man. He could have paid me $3 million to get in there with Conor Ben. I'm bigger than that with Regis Prograis. This man,
that's
Regis
Man,
wild.
Prograis, is a 140-pound fighter. This
Right.
man ain't never passed. He never fought past 140 pounds. Man, this man is bogus.
bruh, I feel you, D Free. I feel you, man. I said the same thing. I'm like what a signing for Zuffa to sign
Let me
Conor
just say this real
Ben to
quick,
fight
Cam.
for that amount. Like that amount. I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know.
you
That's
giving this
wild.
man
Y'all
$15
believe the
million
15 billion
to
though?
fight
Y'all really
Regis
feel
Prograis?
y'all really believe that though? Like
No,
15 mil
no,
for
No,
no.
Prograde?
I
no, hold
know.
on, hold on. If he's getting $15 million to fight Regis Prograis, you got to say Conor Bennett the A side over Devin Haney because Devin Haney ain't make $15 million to fight Regis Prograis.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
You got to say Conor Bennett the A side of the Devin Haney. This is this is bogus. If I'd have known that, dog, I would have definitely cooked this dude. I gotta cook this dude. I don't even want to hear Conor Ben in no conversation of one of the best fighters in sport of boxing. This man has literally fought nobody
And you
for
remember he was
years.
mandatory for the WBC too. He was number one contender. And he was in negotiations to fight Rolly. And he chose to sign with Zuffa and fight Regis Prograde.
That's what I'm saying, brother. He's getting $15 million to fight Regis Prograis at a weight class that Regis has never fought at a day in his life. And you giving this man $15 million. And this man couldn't beat a guy who just moved up from 135. Now you having him move up basically two weight classes. No,
All
this
right,
is
now let me just say
bogus.
this. Let me just say this. All right. And shout out to everybody in the building. We definitely still working. All right, so this is Chat GPT. This is what I said. So we on the same, all on the same board. I need the live gate numbers for Ryan versus Devin, first fight in New York, and I need the live gate numbers for Javante St. Davis versus Pitbull Cruz in Los Angeles, and also the pay-per-view numbers for both events if you have them, or the estimated amount. Right. So Ryan versus Devin won at Barclays Center. 4.3 million dollar gate, 11,480 tickets sold, 1,900 comps. They had 13,382 total attendance. The average ticket price 379.45. All right, I'm gonna leave it there, and we're gonna go to the live gate for Pitbull Cruise and Tank in LA Crypto Center. It was at the Staples Center at the time. It was a sellout. They did 15,850. You don't say anything about any comps, but the $3.7 million gate for Tank Davis versus Pitbull in LA. Okay. So They did a little bit, and of course, that was supposed to be the Rolly fight. They pivoted to Pitbull Cruz, whoop de whoop, right? Now now what we was really discussing is the pay-per-views. Now, of course, not the official numbers, not publicly released. That's what it says. And then for the Ryan versus Devin, but the estimated the zone pay-per-view buys, it says between 500,000 and 800,000. That's what they're saying for the Devin versus Ryan one. It says estimated about 500 to 800,000. This is just shy BPT,
That's crazy.
68. So now, and of course, this the Tank Davis this is what I'm just gonna read what ChatGPT is saying for Tank versus Pitbull Crew is saying
200,000.
200,000, right? It says 100 200,000, but it say 200,000, right? So but here's the thing, and for all intents and purposes, anybody with money is going to want to downplay it, right? Because at the end of the day, every Uncle Sam is the first one that's going to have his hand out, right?
Fact.
So we'll just leave it there and just say that that's just what it is. I don't want to say what's right or what's wrong.
Nah,
Um,
I
I
mean,
just
but you gotta take in consideration that Pitbull Cruz was a 10-day notice.
yeah, good
So
That
point.
is a fact.
they didn't get a chance to build that fight up.
Yeah,
They was building up the Rolly Romero fight. So you got to take that into consideration as well. And
I'm in
it's
full
still
agreement. Pitbull Cruz is yeah, I like the fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that's the fight that Tank should come back to. Um, and I think it'll do great numbers actually. Uh, because at the end of the day, people gonna want to see Tank fight, and people like Pitbull style. People want to see Pitbull. I mean, people can lie and say whatever they want about Pitbull and this, that, and the third. Everybody be tuning in. He didn't put Lamont Roach. They did Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach on the pay per view. So
and
that just lets you know where
that
Pitbull Cruz is.
Yeah,
and that
and
did
Pitbull did great
a
numbers
estimated
on
sixty
that
five
card too.
thousand. They said an estimated 65,000 pay per view buys for two guys that are well, one lost and one got a draw. So Tank Davis, they did an estimated 65,000 pay per view buys. I don't know how much the live gate did. I didn't see the live gate, but the pay per view for two guys that never headline a pay per view outside of Tank Davis to do 65,000. Hey,
Yeah. So, and the reason why I really wanted to put them numbers out there is because that's the only reason that Oscar would be putting himself in a position, because you remember last year, Oscar was like they didn't need to fight, they didn't need to rematch. So I'm based on what the projections are. It looks like the rematch is the biggest fight for him, Cam. So that's kind of why Oscar is kind of like coming around to that fact. Smoke, talk to me, Smoke. Um,
Hmm? Ain't nothing else for him. For a big money fight, if everybody gonna come see this fight.
what other options do Ryan have? That's what I'm saying. Like we already know who need. I want to know who you think who need who more. But what's Ryan options?
Ryan, all right, I already told you what that
Go
was.
ahead, free. Go ahead, free. And then I want
I
Smoke to
was
cook on
gonna
that.
say aircraft. He did not get no $20 million. That man got $5 million. He did not
To
get no
fight
20
Rolly,
million. Yes, he got five
that's the
million.
reports. Was he got 20 million
No,
free?
I literally just looked up the report. They said he got an estimated between $5 and $5.5 million. I just literally just looked up the report because I was shocked when I saw aircraft put it in there. I literally just looked it up. You can look it up yourself. It's gonna say between 5 and 5.5. He ain't getting no $20 million from no Rolling Ramiro.
So yeah, like all I know is what I just looked up is that like
No, no. This is what it always said, and this is what now Rolly got between 5 and 5.5 million. Ryan got 20 million. Because Devin and Tio both got 10 million. Well, let me verify those amounts, but I believe Devin got 10 million. Tio maybe even got 10 million, but
No,
let me verify.
what they said was Ryan can get up to $20 million. They didn't say he got 20 million. They said he can get up to $20 million. So there was some incentives that he had to cross. There was some
Yeah, but they didn't
incentives
even do a
that
gate free. So that's what I'm saying. Everything I'm seeing is saying that Ryan got 20 million, get a flat fee.
I'm looking at right here. It said Ryan was projected to earn up to $20 million for the same fight. He said
Right.
Rolly got 5 million. My bad. Rolly got 5 million. But it said Ryan was projected to get up to $20 million for the same fight. So I don't. They didn't say what he actually got, but I mean, he probably got like if he got up to 20 million, he probably got somewhere around between 10 and $15 million. He probably got somewhere
He
around
got
10 to
10.
15.
I think he got 10 just like everybody else. He gave a lackluster performance. That shit was weak. You got dropped. Nigga, he like,
Mm.
nigga, that extra thing, nigga. I'm
Smokes
gonna
too.
get real sorry, bro. But like, just
Smokes
the
too.
audacity, I was holding it back. But like, hell, my yo,
He
Ken, you
got
feel me?
dropped.
My higher player, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna get you already know we about to change this real quick. Hold on, player. You know what I'm saying? This is not you
Man,
that right now.
yeah,
I'm
crazy.
saying you ain't about to do nothing about it. You getting this 10 just like everybody else got, and you better hope I put like I don't even want to talk to you right now. You went out there and got neutralized by the class clown. That's what everybody was playing Rolly as. You know what I'm saying? I seen Devin, the only person that Ryan you ever seen, like all of us up here seen this, since if y'all don't know. When the sparring was getting leaked, we was like, wow, this is sacred. And everybody was whooping on Rolly and making fun of Rolly. The only person that Rolly had highlights on was him cracking Ryan Garcia. So when Rolly hit him, Ryan went. I know he went right back to them sparring sessions. You better stay safe because if Rolly hit you again, you ain't gonna like that. It's what it is. Certain people got certain people's numbers.
Hey, you already know that's a fact. Hey, shout out to Vay. Hey, salute to Clarence McLean. Appreciate you, bro, pulling up.
Clarence was
Hey,
good.
listen, we definitely growing the channel, man. I appreciate everybody that joined today. Vay and Pop, man, that mean a lot. Hey, we building our support system. Let's keep working. Um, hey, this is interesting though. Now with the testing piece, smoke. Like, all right, we got to talk about the testing situation. Because that's what everybody that's what they're harping on. Are you in agreement that Devin and Bill do need to be adamant on the testing, or do you feel like whatever Turkey say, Ryan is in a position to go with, let's say like a 2 month window of testing? What's your thoughts? Do you feel like that Ryan should sign now and go ahead and get in testing? Break it down.
I
I
mean,
mean,
me personally, I,
looking
I
at it.
feel like,
Go ahead, Cam. Go ahead, Cam.
I mean, I feel like, I mean, personally, Devin's inquiring about 365 testing and stuff. Like Devin's like literally one of the only people doing it. He's like literally the only one. Maybe I don't know if No Nito is still doing it. I'm not sure if he is or not, but he's the only person doing it 365 testing.
Yeah, he the only one
And
there.
just because he's doing it, don't mean that everybody else has to do it. That's my opinion. As far as that, I feel like it should come to the point if he where they got to come to agreement for us the weeks on the timing of the testing. And if Brian is be like, hey, fuck it, I'm just gonna go ahead and be comfortable and like, oh, we're gonna do testing, leading up from 16 weeks leading up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? If they agree to that, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It just, it shouldn't have to be, Ryan having to do 365 testing just because of Devin wants that. The standard is what, 8 weeks. So, of course, if you want to add 16, 12, whatever, if they can figure that out. But I don't think Ryan has to be forced to do 365 testing just because the Devin wants him to, because he's the only fighter in the world doing it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think I think it I think
Mm.
if Devin and Bill want more testing, they need to tell Tucker to put it in the contract because you the thing is who's paying for the testing? Are you asking Ryan to pay for these extra testing, or are you asking the promoters? Because if you asking Ryan, then that means you leaving it up to Ryan, and Ryan can say, "No, I'm paying. I mean, Turkey is paying for the testing. That's all I'm doing. Either you
Right.
want to take the fight or you not." I said, "I'm willing to take the test, but I'm not paying for no extra test unless it's in the contract. If it's not in the contract, I'm not doing it." So I think they have to take that up with Turkey because I'm almost certain Ryan ain't gonna pay for no extra testing. He's gonna do exactly what Turkey is telling him to do.
But then we gotta realize too, Ryan is enrolled. Like with the WBC, they got the clean program too as well, where the champion and in the top 15 guys is enrolled in the Invada through the WBC. So that's why I say like the testing should be a problem with Ryan being a WBC champion, being up under that that standard as far as the WBC clean program.
I got you. I got y'all right here. Don't even worry about it. And shout out to ChatGPT. If you can do it for Rolly, you can do it for Devin. We gotta cut all this. It's a lot of nasty work going on. For the Ryan versus Rolly fight, there was approximately 6 months of VADA testing leading into that fight. Shout out to the PBC, Leonard Ellaby, always telling you their business is buttoned up, and it was obviously following that he was just tested positive versus Devin. So it's always a situation like fool me once,
Fool
you
on
know,
man, shame on you.
yeah, fool me twice, can't put the blame on you, right?
Man. But
Because
go ahead. I want to say
no,
something right
not cook on the smoke. I just want to put that out there.
now.
So yeah,
Here's the thing. We know this boxing game, man. Like, I've been watching this, like, bro, I'm 45 years old. I've been watching this since, like I said, Indian style. And if I try to do that right now, I don't think I could go live. That's, you know what I'm saying? Them knees ain't got no, I'm bone on bone, ain't no more cartilage, none of that. So I've been watching this game a long time, bro. What Devin needs to do to just put himself in position without a shadow of a damn doubt is get this belt off Rolly, because you seemingly already got a date signed with Ryan. So you you literally hatching your eggs. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You cashing your eggs before they hatch. So you got to get this belt off of Rolly. That's how I feel. And then when y'all start talking about who get what and when this should start, you got a little bit. You got way more leverage.
now
That's how.
I'm with you 1,000% on that smoke. And from Devin, that's from Devin's position. That's solidified. What is Ryan gonna do? Your guy that was supposedly going to do a parade and take the belt, possibly do a Mexico Stadium fight or whatever he was going to do, that wasn't going to be a Devin Haney rematch. Now they had to pivot. So are they going to sign up for the same testing? Are they going to go ahead and sign and do the same thing, or are they going to drag their feet?
But,
That's the situation.
I
well,
mean,
but
So
what
everybody wants to move
I'll answer
around
that.
that.
I'll answer that. I'll answer
And
that.
Ryan, hold on. All I'm saying is this:
supreme
Ryan wants to make
program.
jokes.
Free.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
hold
All
on.
I'm
Let me
saying
answer
is,
that.
Should
Let me
be an
answer that real quick.
issue,
Let me answer that
man.
real
Like
quick.
hold on. The
I think
Let
testing
me
the
is it?
answer
Hold
issue
on.
is
The
the issue
testing
is
is the
Devin
issue.
wanting it now, 1 in 365, and he don't have to oblige to that if he don't
no,
want that.
but hold on, Ken. I'm gonna answer that. I'm gonna answer that, right? You going into negotiations right after May 30th, going into June, you winning that belt. Now Ryan can tell you go F yourself.
How
Because
so?
as of now, as
Because
of
he
now,
need.
with
Cause how?
just being real with you. As of now, Ryan with a belt, Devin with a belt, Ryan's gonna be A side. And you requesting that, Ryan could, I'm just saying, just think that's how they're gonna look at it. You with two belts and a performance that you're gonna give, that the guy that beat Ryan and got had him a little shell shock, Yeah, because Devin was beating up on Rolly these same uh spawn videos that got leaked. Like Devin was styling on Rolly, clown looking into the camera and all type of stuff. So it ain't about being no big ticket carrier. It's gonna be about at the time who doing what, and you just can't deny what Devin Haney is because Ryan really, literally, it ain't too much more left. Like Conor Ben got to fight. You're gonna wait for Conor Ben. You're gonna fight who else at 47? That's gonna get you a major payday.
I mean, we gotta be
Outside of
real
that.
though. We gotta be real though. It's the value of Devin hasn't been as great. You got to go back to the purse bid with Sandor Morton, where it was only one promotional company that bid it for that fight with him and Sandor Morton. That was Top Rank, and they only did it because of Sandor Morton
No
was
more
there.
signing them.
You know what I mean? And that was, you know what I'm saying? So I like, I'm just saying, as far as the value, the business, you know what I'm saying? Like the belts, it played a factor in, certain negotiations, but with this negotiations with him and Ryan, you know what I'm saying? Whether Devin beats Rolly and even comes and have two titles, it still doesn't matter as far as that. You know what I'm saying? The belts don't dictate the negotiations as far as who's the A side and that shit. It's the value who's going to be, the person that's going to be bringing the people to the stands. You know what I'm saying? And then, obviously, who's putting on the fight. Like it's dependent
That
on
too.
who's
That's
putting
what I'm
that fight
saying.
on.
That's what I'm saying, Cam. Like right now, Ryan has like it's Ryan. But
Ryan was the A side in the first fight. And Devin and
I'm
Bill
not
admitted
denying
that.
none of
You know
that.
what I'm saying? That Devin and
I'm
Bill
not denying none
themselves
of that.
admitted that.
No,
You know?
I'm not denying none of that. I want you
Oh
to
yeah,
hear.
for sure. I was just saying, I was just putting
You know
it
what I'm
out
saying?
there.
What I'm saying is that if Devin wants to make himself any kind of have say so, and not because like, bro, this ain't like everybody upset. Oh, what kind of Arturo Gotti was a C plus B minus fighter. He put Floyd through the ringer for that fight. Floyd had to do everything, almost lost that fight. He got paid so much more than Floyd. That's why Floyd beat him that way. And you don't understand. Like at the time, what Floyd was going through, like Floyd was going through legal
Answer
stuff
this,
with
Smoke.
his BM. But being real with you, he's gonna stuff with his BM. This, that, and the third. The strip club, nightclub incident. All he was gonna do all of that accusations, and then Arturo got was like, "Oh, I don't even know if I want to fight. I don't need him. He got to do this, do that, do this, do that." That's why Floyd beat him the way he did. So it's gonna be the first time somebody like, hey, listen, you gotta do everything I
Maybe
say.
they didn't complete the program, Bella. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Probably don't. They
Ryan
don't supposed
Garcia
to
looked like
update
a
their stuff. They don't even be updating all of their stuff on their socials and their website like that. So that's kind of a stupid, question to ask. To be honest,
let me say this to that, right?
as you looked at the
I don't I don't
ask Bella Faye. Hold on, let me say this. Have Bella Faye? Have you looked at the website? You know what I'm saying? Have you looked at is Devin Haney's not even currently even on the website on Vada right now for the 365. So I'm just saying, like, we gotta, read a little bit and have a little bit of context.
Hey Cam, you
you
seen
said
it?
they do update the X account. I'm gonna
They
say this though.
update everything on
Just
their
from a Ryan
account.
Garcia perspective though, right?
If that's the case, they'd be putting out everybody's test and everything on their on the X account, and they don't do that.
Go ahead, B3, because I was gonna say if
Yeah,
he
I would just Ryan needs to clear himself up. I mean, he looked like a completely different fighter versus Mario Barrios. And he just looked souped up. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, one of the greatest boxers of this generation, said he looked juiced up. So we not gonna act like this is not a issue with this kid.
but he also said, bro, you ain't that
Come
big.
on, B3,
He could
man.
say
Come
whatever. He could
on,
say what. Hold on, hold on,
B3.
hold on,
We
hold on. He
can't
could
do
say
that,
he could
man.
say whatever he want. He could say whatever he want. But at the end of the day, you already have a proven track record. It's not as
A
if.
storm.
Hold on. Hold on, but we gonna do it like this though. It's not even a song. It's almost a lineage. You come from this. You come from the Juice Crew. if we really want to get down to it. So if you come from the Juice Crew, we're gonna have to put your ass on 6 months of testing, just like Rolly did, just like Mayweather implemented in a lot of his fights. You gonna have to prove that you a clean fighter and that you gonna beat that you gonna fight the champ on an even playing field. I wouldn't dare put a fighter in there of any caliber really at all without any testing, but definitely not at the championship level. When we've already seen what happened the first fight. So
I don't got no problem with that. But what incentive does or what leverage does Dev have to put that on Ryan
That's the
right
thing.
now?
He don't have no leverage
That's
to
what I'm saying.
demand that. That's
That's
the
what I'm saying.
thing.
To demand that. So, like, to me, if he
I
wants
got
anything
incentive for
to
you.
say,
I got the incentive.
like, all I'm saying
I
is,
got
to
the
me,
incentive. I
if
got
he
the
got
incentive right here. I
any
got
kind
your
of
incentive
say,
right here.
I just want to say this. To me, if he wants to have any kind of say, is not only I have 2 belts, is I beat the guy that spanked you. So when it's me, at the end of the day, I feel like the Turk be he be taking people into the it just be the 2 fighters and him talking for a little bit. Because we seen that he done that because we heard
Hold on, smoke. Hold on, smoke.
wait, I want to say this. I want to say this.
Yeah.
We heard that David Benavidez, well, I know I did. David Benavidez had to keep Bud off of Teofimo.
Hold on, smoke. We got y'all. Y'all haven't. Y'all not. Y'all got to stay focused, right? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Devin and Bill sue Ryan and Golden Boy?
And ended up getting nothing.
No. What did they get?
They got
Nothing.
nothing out of it.
Y'all brother. Why y'all brothers acting like y'all didn't know what happened? They
But
end up
they
not getting
sued.
a
Yeah,
fight
they
because
sued, but they dropped the
hold on,
lawsuit.
brother, hold on. You're not reading it. They end up getting a 3-fight, $36 million deal with two
That
Ryan
still
fights attached. Hold
yeah,
on, with two Ryan fights attached to it. Now, listen. I don't know. So at the end of the day, they did it because that's why they dropped the lawsuit, right? Because they had signed an agreement to fight Ryan. It was an offer that they couldn't refuse. That's what was stated. So I mean, Ryan ain't got no leverage. That's what I'm saying. You go watch. You want to watch Ryan versus Alexis Rocha smoke or Barboza? That's the fight you paying for. That's the fight the zone paying for.
That I don't
Come
know
on,
if the
man.
zone to pay for that fight. I'm like me, no. But what I'm trying to tell you is that an entire differently fan base, bro, that like they will with this dude. They will. Like it's like I'm
Smoke.
bro,
It's
you
not. It's not
if you can
there.
see my face
Smoke.
right
I
now.
don't believe you.
The
Smoke.
only
Come
reason I'm
on,
not
stop
showing
it.
my face because this is B3 PSV. You know what I'm saying? So I'm bro, like listen, you literally are making me say this stuff. Like I don't want to say this. I don't think he deserves it. But the stuff that he did, and it's like I be like, I don't think Devin to me, but I don't know if Devin got paid to stop doing this. I don't think he ever should have stopped doing Devin Haney TV. And like when Bill was talking about Devin Haney TV, I was going crazy. Like, why did y'all stop that? Because it was a way to
no,
interact with.
he got they got their channel. He has his Haney channels where they definitely push the Haney narrative, and we
I
all
ain't
know
talking about
that.
that though, Cam. Like Devin Haney TV was giving you that right there. Feel what I'm saying? It was giving you all of that, like but it was giving you all access 24/7 right there on YouTube for free. And for some reason, after when he stopped it, I was like, you shouldn't have, because look what Ryan did with it. He turned that YouTube, Twitch, stuff that ain't even Vine, all of that, bro. Like, so when you talk about the lane that he's in, he's also now. This is what I was telling you, B3. Not only he's a champion in boxing, not only a champion, he got the green belt, but he's the same as all these top tier streamers right now. Like any streamer that you're talking about, Ryan's right there with him. He can easily pull up and do a couple of skits with King Batch or big like Logan Paul, like even if you don't even like one of them, he can do it. It's easy. Like look what he pulled up with that quick. Blueface and the hunchback from Notre Dame looking chick dude that thinks he's a chick, like they just I'm like, yo, it's crazy how they like, but he's in a lane where he can do that, bro. And then you give him the green belt, and you don't think that like that just puts him so much more over the top.
Then you gotta add. Let me add context too. What the WBC clean boxing program is. They launched it in 2016, and it's mandatory enrollment for the world champions and the top 15 ranked fighters in each division, as well as the women's in the top 5. They said it is under VADA, which conducts year-round testing. So, with that being said, with Ryan being a champion under the WBC, he's already under the clean boxing program. He's already doing yearly round testing through the WBC. So the conversation for us, the 365 testing with Devin, honestly, shouldn't even be had at that point because he's under the clean boxing program. Now, I mean, they just got to get these numbers, get their date, and get the fight done. You know what I mean? I don't understand why the conversation keep coming upon the testing and everything. Of course, it's just showing, we understand, everybody's concerned about the Oscar and stuff, but we got guys like Amir Khan that fought, that got stopped on Oscar, that what I'm saying. We got guys like Sabril Matias recently that was on Oscar and it just got stopped by Dalton Smith. You feel me? Like so, you know what I mean? We gotta
outman them too on it too, Cam. That's like people don't be understanding when you say that. Like he outman him on Ostring and Carrier. No, like Carrier. Like let me let like everybody like what Cam. You can help me with this. I don't know if Carrier know what the green belt really mean. Everybody face on the green belt. That's like the who's who. Like if you get the green belt, the WBC. Like no matter what people think about it, but like the green belt, like bro, what like listen. Watch how they run Ryan up. Don't let Ryan beat Devin come September, bro. Don't let him win that fight. I'm just telling you right now.
But do it. Just to have him do it on an even playing field, Smoke. That's all. We don't want him to cheat the weight and do a whole bunch of
Oh yeah, he
shenanigans. We just
definitely
want
got
to.
the weight. Got to be 100 and everything, man. That's why 147. I think both of these guys are at at a great weight fighting each other. You know what I mean? And I think it's at perfect timing. You know what I mean? We didn't see Ryan with this with this fight with Barrios where he was in great shape and he looked sharp in the fight. And we expecting Devin to do so. He was sharp in his Brian Norman fight that he had. And expecting him to be sharp in his fight with Rolly Romero. You know what I'm saying? If that fight gets finalized.
Facts. It's all speculation, but I'm just telling y'all. Listen, man. If this boy wins another fight and listen, man. We already saying that Ryan was like possibly the A side without a belt. With the belt, he definitely A side. I'm just trying to tell you, like,
Man,
if he beats
Oscar
Devin
De La
Haney,
Hoya is the A side,
I'm
man.
not saying I like. I
Well,
think Devin,
if he's under the WBC clean boxing program does yearly round testing, so you can stop the 365 questioning. You know what I mean? Like you can dead that baby girl.
so
He probably
I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, he just became champion, so hopefully he's enrolled, Cam, like you saying, man. Hopefully, this brother has some testing so everybody can kind of, come to grips with the fact that man, he's gonna get this unification fight. Um, it's just looking like that's what the zone is setting up.
but see,
Now,
yeah, go ahead, my fault.
Cook Smoke.
Well, this is what I'm saying though. We already we talking about a fight before a fight, maybe. You got a fight that you're trying to line up right now, but we already talking about a fight that's down the road in the fall. We ain't even got this. We barely getting the spring. Some ain't even hit, and you talking about a fall fight. My daughter named Autumn. So like, come on. We, you know what I'm saying? We barely come like popping out of winter, and you already talking about a fight in the fall. This is what we talking about. We ain't even talking about him securing the Rolly fight and making him more dominant, more legacy, more of what we want in boxing before we even get to this fight. And Ryan can't even fight. Like he's on boxing AR. I mean IR. Like even if we wanted him to fight, there's nothing he can do. So the boy out there taking helicopter rides and you know what I'm saying, and surfing with his belt, like you know what I'm saying, like the dude fall in the ocean. We're like, bro, come on, man. Like I don't even think he should be like, all right, we know you got that fight secured. Boom. Are you gonna smoke Rolly real quick, get that belt? You know what I'm saying? Make this because Rolly doing his run on the podcast, and everybody want to hear Rolly talk. And he been on a major podcast. Devin, you was just on with Max Kellerman. Like, come on, man! If y'all gonna start the press run, let's do this now.
Sure. I mean, you got
It's
right
perfect
now.
timing.
I mean, right now, Devin got to sign his part of the contract for as far as what Rolly said. You know what I mean? So, you know that still got to get finalized on their behalf, as far as that fight in general. I just think right now with you seeing Brian Garcia, he's vowing to retire Devin Haney and everything. Like like if I was Devin, I would be going right after Ryan. That's just me, man. That's just me. But he wants to do this thing. I think he's fighting Rolly, to try to build more leverage into the negotiations with.
That's what I'm talking about, Cam.
You know what I mean? And that's exactly what he's doing.
He gotta have it. He don't have that lane that dude got, bro. And but he had it, in my opinion. Like Cam, you remember when, bro, we was tuning in to Devin Haney TV. Let's not like we wasn't. We was tuning in.
That's a fact.
We was tuning in to Devin Haney TV. We was waiting him to drop. Real talk. We waiting him to drop it. Word up.
But you see Keyshawn, he's streaming. Daggone Ryan streaming and everything.
Rolly streaming.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole
it's a part of the new game.
Is he the blueprint, Smoke?
Marketing on themselves.
Yes, he was, but he messed it up.
How he messed it up, man? He had to get that real money.
Oh, okay.
The Zone was a startup. He had to get with the Zone.
Yeah,
he wanted them.
Stopped it. I think they just stopped doing it.
You get with the Zone and you stop your own YouTube channel. Because let's be real.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying from that perspective. Yeah, he should at least be doing like music video type stuff, like you know what I'm saying?
Until he tried
showing off the Maybachs and whatnot.
Okay, I'll say this. I don't know if y'all remember, but or if anybody else did it. We got the face off between Barrios and Ryan before the Zone dropped it. And when I did the live on it, there's no way they could get mad at me because Ryan dropped it on his own channel. So if anybody gonna get mad, it'll be Ryan. But I don't think he monetized. You see what I'm saying? So I played the entire face off. So there was nothing that they could try to show, but I'm just saying.
I feel you, Smoke. I see. I'm
like, yo, bro, you know how much
because the independent route was looking real official.
Real, come on, you listen.
Yeah.
You to be truthfully honest with
you. And then he went in the industry. I see what you're saying.
Okay, I'll say this to you, right? I talk my smack, right? But we talking about 6, 7, almost 10 years ago, right? Devin Haney was a big part of the Showtime, what with the next level. The fact that people think I'm joking, Tank, Wilder, Devin, and a couple other people that they were trying, but them three, they were showcasing crazy, and they wanted for Showtime. That's when Showtime After Dark and stuff like that. Devin, that's when he had the 3 parts on the side of his head. See what I'm saying? Devin was supposed to be one of them that they wanted. So the independent route, when you didn't stay with Showtime and went to the zone and start up, there's no way like you let them tell you, hey, listen, I'm keeping my YouTube channel. There's no way you're gonna have me stop Devin Haney TV because they didn't stop him at the beginning. After they seen how
Right.
much traction he was getting with Devin Haney TV, I don't know how much they paid him to stop. I don't know if I took that.
Only thing I'm gonna say is this. One thing we know for sure is that working with the zone made Devin a multi-millionaire. And Eddie Hearn, they put Eddie Hearn in prime position to garner a U.S. market, a stake in the U.S. market. And Devin was kind of one of those, him, Daniel Jacobs. Um, they kind of, facilitated that movement right now for Matchroom.
See,
Now,
Carrier is so funny. Carrier is so funny. I want both of y'all to tell Carrier to go back and look at Showbox. Watch all the Showbox. See how Devin Haney was on Showbox, bro. Real talk.
yeah,
Real.
maybe they
Like I'm
well, you gotta understand, Devin is like kind of like maturing. I see what you're saying, Smoke. Devin is Devin was real raw as a personality.
but
So
Devin
when you
Haney
talk
TV,
about
it gave us Devin Haney TV gave us so much behind the scenes that
yeah,
we like, bro. I just typed in Devin Haney Showbox, bro. Listen, just being real with you.
they didn't do the shoulder content on the zone like you, which is what you're saying. They didn't
But
do enough.
no, but him doing the Devin like people forget or you don't know. I'm trying to help you. Like, just go check Devin Haney's Showbox, bro, and see how much they was building with him, and then all of a sudden, poof, he vanished and went to the zone, did the startup. They had so much built in him. Just saying,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Coming out of, at the time, think about it, coming out of Mayweather Gym. You got your AB making you 50, 60, 70 millions of dollars. You see the tank coming. Okay, we build something over here with this wild swinging big boy Devin,
Independent
Deontay
smoke,
Wilder.
man.
You
They
feel me?
went over there to match room,
That's
man, and
all
messed
I'm
with
saying.
Devin.
You can.
And
That's all I'm
then
saying,
and
though. I'm
then they
trying to
moved,
educate Carrier.
and then they
I'm
went,
trying to
said they
educate.
wanted the titles, and they went and took a short amount of money to go fight Cambosis Australia to become undisputed, man. Yeah, I mean they was
hmm
I'm
over
not
there for
saying
top
that. I'm
rank
just
for
saying that a
pre-fights.
point.
Now they
I'm
fight the
saying that
fight,
Devin
man, just
Haney.
everywhere now.
I'm just saying that Devin Haney going with the startup when
You
Showtime
think
and
he should have stayed with Showtime? That's what
I
you
like
saying?
that's not for me to say. I'm just saying let's not act like they wasn't investing in him, like he wasn't gonna be one of the ones that was gonna be on Showtime, highlighting the main like he come out of Mayweather Gym.
I think Devin
Floyd
did
Mayweather
pretty
they
well.
seen
wasn't
you
they
stand
wasn't
I
gonna
ain't gonna
make
lie.
they
I
wasn't
gotta
gonna
say
make
though,
they
Smoke.
wasn't
I
gonna
think
make Devin
Devin did
versus Tank.
well.
oh man,
Devin
Floyd
and Bill,
Mayweather seen you
they've done
stand you.
well with no even
Floyd
outside of
Mayweather
that.
seen you like when Floyd was saying all Floyd and AB and everybody was glazing Tank. And Floyd Mayweather Sr. said, yeah. But my father, Devin Haney,
Man,
come
but
on, man.
He says a one
I
way.
can say
Man,
for
it's
Devin,
no
I
way,
think he's
man. Hey,
done
hold
well
on,
with
Cam.
himself though, bro. Outside of it. I can say he's done well, like
Man,
outside of him with him, the moves that Devin and Bill, they've made, over the years. You know what I'm saying? I think they've done pretty well with them for
I
themselves.
didn't say that was for me. I'm saying at the time, back then, we talking about close to 10 years ago. I thought Showtime, I was like, yeah, Devin. I'm looking at it.
You
You
think
are like,
Devin would have been a bigger
boy,
star with Showtime and
no,
PBC
I'm
than
saying like Devin Haney definitely been something, bro. Like they
he's
definitely gonna push him. Definitely. They definitely was gonna push him. Word.
yeah.
Devin,
Showtime is
Tank.
no longer in the sport of
Listen to me.
boxing.
Devin, Tank, and Wilder. Outside of Devin,
But what weight
who
class
was
would they have
Showtime
been?
fighter?
But who? Like that's what I'm saying. It's really about the opponents. Like Eddie was able to pay and facilitate the right opponents and put Devin in position to be world champ. What opponents was PBC gonna have for Devin? You know, because
Whatever
Tank they
he wanted, man. Like, listen, bro. Listen,
okay.
listen, bro. Like somebody who used to just watch. I'm not like, but somebody who used to just watch the Mayweather channel on the regular. Like, yo, I'm watching. That's how I know Jeff Funny and all. I'm watching it, and I'm looking at Showtime. Like at the time, you know, we had Showtime, and I'm watching all accesses and the behind the scenes and all that stuff and the upcoming fighters and everything. They had a lot of invested in Devin. They
Yeah.
really thought that like Devin, like you, I'm not saying like him alone, but when you're talking about as a network, you need to build on like bro, Devin was top of the list. And look, it's not like I'm lying. He top of the list right now, right?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
why
yeah.
wouldn't what I'm saying about show if I'm saying Showtime seen it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when Showtime went out of business, it was like who do they have? Like because you know it started to be scattered and TV and like and everything like that. So and then like when you losing money on fights, you know they in the business of making money. Why would we do that? So I just feel like, bro, the platform was there for them, but they went another route. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying, like Showtime definitely wanted to invest. Yeah, I say it. Hundreds of millions of dollars could have been made by Devin with Showtime. Just saying,
Mm.
in my opinion, at the
Man,
time.
Floyd did say that could have been him fighting Ryan. He did say that.
Just saying, man. I'm
He
just
did say that. So I mean, listen,
I'm
everything
not
happened
knocking it,
for a
Ralph. I'm
reason.
just saying he built his own empire, his own legacy. Just saying what I was seeing from back in the day when I was looking at it. At the time, that's what I saw. And that's what I seen. At the
Yeah.
time, getting ready to come out of the Mayweather gym at that time. The fire that came out that gym at the time. Like think about think about people thought Jalen Love was like that. Just because
Hmm.
he came out of Mayweather gym. Oh God. Oh,
Yeah, man. That he was fan favorite.
just because you was coming out that gym. What
Yeah.
was that gym supposed to be producing, right? Hold on.
Andrew
If you're
Tabiti.
an Africa fan, if you're a Richardson Henderson fan, where did he start at? That's why I call him Timu Devin. Where did he start at? Where you heard from? Where he was at? He's in a, he done had doghouse rules fights. Just saying.
Hey, Smoke, what you think about? Let me ask you, since you talked about Richardson real quick. What you think about Richardson Henson as far as the him possibly he got the mandatory with Landolfo Delgado within 30 days with the IBF, but they saying like possibly he waiting on the situation to see what happens with John Obertai if he keeps his title, and he thinking about going over there to Zuffa.
You said who again?
Richardson Hitchens.
Um,
What you think about Richardson going to the Zuffa possibly?
man, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. When it come to Africa, I don't know I don't like. I'm like I ain't about I ain't, but I'm close to washing my hands with Timu Devin, bro. I'm truthfully honest with you. You talk crazy. You got mid-level competition. This last fight that you were supposed to fight, even if you was sick, right? You kind of like the little boy that cried wolf so much that we don't even care if you actually tell the truth right now. We just want you to go away. And that's where I'm at with him. I ain't tell you no lie. Like,
You feel like you want to see him at 147, or what's your thoughts, Smoke?
do something to pique my interest again. Just being real. Just do something to pique my interest. Cause you supposed to be on this main card, bro, and whether you were sick or anxious or whatever, like this is your time to prove everything you were saying and do it. And what happened? So now you either gonna tell us what you're gonna drop this belt and go to 47, or and like try to punch your ticket because the belt is who is Lewis Crocker, or at least get up there in the top rankings, or you gonna fulfill your agreement and fight Duarte coming up at 47. I mean at 40.
I think, man, listen, I think that's a lot of pride, and a lot of ego. The fans, like they said, they don't, don't fight for the fans and things like that. Talking about Africa fighting Duarte. Now, that would show a lot of balls, trying to do it again and actually going through it. But wouldn't that be kind of goofy if he can't do it again? Wouldn't we like, why'd you waste our time? So I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't want to see him try to even do it again, respectfully, because I don't want him to hurt himself trying to drain and make 140. Just go ahead and move up. It's the Hitchens versus Keyshawn Davis don't have a belt. So I think Africa should do everybody a favor and beat and fight and see if he can beat Keyshawn Davis. That's the fight. All that other stuff at 140, it don't make no sense. It's not even a big fight. I mean, it's a decent fight. But the Keyshawn Davis fight makes sense at 147. Both of y'all need to move there, or Keyshawn said he's going there. Africa more than likely looks like he needs to move there. So they should make that fight. What you think about that fight, Cam? And do you feel like Hitchens need to go ahead and move out of 140?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with that fight. It's just all about, Hitchens forcing negotiations. So him having that manager, Keith Conley, he's the same manager for Conor Ben and Teofimo Lopez and Edgar Berlanga as well. So I mean, they was negotiating that fight, for a couple of days, and that man Richardson wanted more money, man. He wanted more money. He wanted like 2.5 million. They was trying to give him 1.7 million, and I'm like, dude, they giving you 1.7 million. Like I know Richardson's not getting no crazy 2-3 million to fight like that right now. Like I know we know that. So I mean, I don't know what's up with him, man. I mean, he has his mandatory with Delgado, like I mentioned, and I don't think he's going to fight that fight. Honestly, that's just me personally. I don't think he sees the monetary, value in fighting Delgado. So it's interesting to see if he vacates and goes over there to Zuffa, which is I'm like, no, what you gonna go over there to Zuffa for? It ain't no fights over there for you. Ain't no big money fights over there for Zuffa for you. So what's the point of you going over there? So I think that situation with Keith Conley, having him, I mean, he's a great manager. He definitely maximized, the bag for you much as possible. But I think, he's being a little that some of these managers, they being a little bit too greedy in these negotiations with fights, man. And they need to be a little bit firm and be a little bit easy going on on getting some of these fights done, because Africa, he don't have no much leverage without that belt. Like outside of him having that IBF belt, like he don't have that belt. He don't have leverage to negotiate 2-3 million fighting Keyshawn Davis. He's not that significant, of a draw to even garner up and ask for that. So Africa's definitely in a real tough situation right now. And the thing with him fighting over there, Zuffa, yeah, you'll fight over there. You'll fight consistently, but it's like the fights that you want is all on the other side, and you over here fighting over Zuffa, fighting guys that a lot of people probably not that familiar of. So it's definitely a a crazy situation for Africa for sure, man.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I just feel like he in a position where he can go ahead and move up. Um, I mean, he's become champion at 140. He needs to try to, make history in another division. Um,
Man,
now what's up
listen,
with
that boy gotta stop. He gotta stop. You see what you play as soon as it come on is him running his mouth. That boy he gotta actually follow through with something, man. Like I get it. Like we seen you fight. You got a great technical style. You know what I'm saying? You got speed, footwork, head
Let me
movement,
hold on. Let me
all
run
that.
it.
You
Let
got
me
everything.
run it, smoke.
Devin Haney next. Fuck Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Pussies.
I've been looking for you. Don't free pass me. There he is. There he is, Low Richard Richardson.
Devin, yo, I'm here at the little baby when they fight this nigga getting broke up. Nigga, you're trash. You're trash. Devin, you trash. Devin, you trash. He can only say the same thing.
Yeah, bro. He gotta actually follow through with something that we give him. Like, okay, like Duarte, that's a name where, like, okay, like who's Duarte? He's something that you need to worry about. So, to be honest with you, he gotta stop playing, man. And if you can't make the weight or whatever, move up. But like, bro, like I ain't trying to hear no more talking from him at all. Like he got his straight up show up. It ain't even put it like after that. It's like I ain't trying to know what you talking about, bro. For real, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you saying you want to like
Yeah.
Devin at 47, you talking about him.
Especially with Gary Antoine at 140.
Yeah, like unless you fighting Gary, so that way you can make 40 easily and then rehydrate however you want. Outside of that, you need to get up out of there. If you don't, that's on you.
Like he ain't even be trying to. That's my thing too. Like we want to see you unified. You ain't even tried, even attempted to unify at 140 since you had that strap.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, that's
don't even talk about like this a wrap.
yeah. I mean, I think we all in alignment on that. Now, while I got y'all here, listen, I don't want to take too much of Cam time, man. I appreciate you pulling up and us
Oh
doing
no,
this
you good
today.
right now, bro.
Make
We good. We good.
Okay. And listen, and shout out to and make sure y'all follow my brother Cam J. Doing a phenomenal job on this channel, and my brother Smoke Session. We definitely building. And definitely please join the membership. Y'all can jump on the panel with us. We do have to make that adjustment because we got a lot of people supporting, but we have to grow the right way. I'm doing giveaways every month too. We're gonna do a raffle for the members. It's gonna be $25 this first one on April 1st, and then we're gonna just keep building from there. So I appreciate all the support. Now I gotta ask y'all. We gotta talk about Shakur Stevenson while we here. We have to, man. Smoke. It was a lot of conversation about pound. I mean, well, let me start with Cam on this. Smoke.
Go ahead.
Cam. It was a lot of talk about pound for pound with Shakur Stevenson. And Usyk even potentially saying Shakur Stevens is probably number one for Usyk, right? Break that down, Cam. What's your thoughts on the pound for pound? And do you see Shakur as the best fighter in the world right now?
I don't believe he is. I mean, I don't. With Shakur right now, he was pushing for the Ryan fight in recent time, man. And after the TO, and of course, was just.
Yeah.
I think that I've been on record saying I don't see Shakur Stevenson in the ring with Devin or Ryan in 2026. With the motion that they got going on between those two guys. And due to the fact that Ryan's not going down to 140 to fight Shakur. Like it's not happening. Like his father Henry and his team has already expressed and said that if Shakur wants to fight, Ryan has to be at 147. Then you got Shakur Stevenson saying that Devin and Ryan, if I fight either one of those guys at 147, they're gonna have to take a rehydration clause, which Ryan already expressed that he's not willing to take no rehydration clause, and I'm pretty sure we can assume that Devin wouldn't take a rehydration clause for Shakur either. So, Shakur won't be in the ring with either one of those two guys that we have up there on the screen. And it's like, what's next for Shakur? Like, work at 140. Dalton Smith just got a mandatory with Alberto Puello, so he got that business to take care of. And Gary Anton Russell, he's available. Like, he just coming off a fight. And who else? Who else we got? I mean, Africa. We don't know. We don't know what happens with Africa soon. Was we just talked about him? So I mean, other fights looking at it, like Raymond Muratala, or got fights like Shockey Foster. You know what I'm saying? The Shockey Foster. Some people putting his name out there. Of course, Shockey's been calling for that fight in general. So I mean, it's interesting to see where Shakur goes next for his next fight. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Raymond Muratala. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Raymond Muratala, you know what I'm saying, if it's at 140 or 135. And Shakur said he's willing to go back down to 135 too. So, it's interesting to see where Shakur goes, at this point.
I mean,
Took
he's
on the
ranked
smoke.
third. Like he's ranked third in the ring. Like he's fine right for you. I mean,
Me personally, I don't really care for the Ring magazine rankings and stuff because that's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, get too much into too many of the pound for pound lists. I know everybody has their own pound for pound list, and it's more so opinionated, more so. But I mean, Shakur is definitely one of the top fighters in the world for sure. Like that's not even up for debate. Whether you got him at your top 5 or your top 10. He's definitely one of the top fighters in the world. But Shakur, I need to see more. I need to see more from him. I mean? I'm just looking at the fights that he's having. You know what I'm saying? He's having fights that he's pretty much the favorite in all these fights, and we haven't seen him in a fight where was much threat. Tito wasn't a threat for him, and in my opinion. So we want to see more of a threat type of fight from Shakur, and we don't know if we're going to get that from him in 2026 with some of the fights that he wants, like him wanting to fight Conor Ben. Obviously that ain't happening because he's about to fight Regis Prograis. So I'm just curious to see what Shakur gonna do. You know what I'm saying? What's his next move? Because he's been on the media run, and he's been doing a lot of interviews and everything. But the Ryan fight is not happening. Devin's not happening. So what's next?
you know why? I'm gonna tell you why I can, because I did check something else, and they got Shakur at number 7. And that's where his fans are a little upset. I see what's up. I'm gonna tell you who they got him behind. This is why they upset. If you look, he's behind Usyk, Inoue, Bam, Bivol, Beterbiev, Junto, Nakatani, then Shakur Stevenson.
You looking at it right now?
Yeah, rankings updated as of January 15, 2026. This is from Wikipedia.
Yeah, ring got to be updated after that because the Tio fight was January 31st.
Yeah, but the ring has them. Yeah, the ring got him at number 3 on this pound for pound. What I was looking at with the Wikipedia, they got Tio number 9 after. Then it's after Nakatani is Shakur, Benavidez, Devin Haney, Oscar Collazo, Canelo, Teofimo, Boots is number 10. That's on Wikipedia. On the ring is Usyk, Inoue, Shakur, Bam, Bivol, Beterbiev, Nakatani, Benavidez, Haney, Collazo.
Yeah.
So, like, it's objective, but to be even in the pound for pound, like,
Now the question was, gentlemen, number one, Smoke. Right now, who's your number one fighter in the world, man? Talk to me.
active, number 1 fight in the
Yeah,
world,
number one active. Bud has retired.
Usyk.
Smoke. I mean, Cam. What about you? Number one.
I mean, I would say probably Usyk right now still. I mean, I know some people feel a little bit different with Usyk with the situation of him fighting, the kickboxer in May 23rd. So I mean, I would still say Usyk though for sure right now though.
As much as I want to say David Benavidez, maybe after the what's it called fight and he wins, but right now, straight off resume, you gotta respect Alexander Usyk, man. Word. Actively, real talk.
I see that. I definitely see that. Now, Usyk said he has a 3-fight plan where he's going to fight Rico, the kickboxer. Then he's going to fight the Fabio Dubois winner, right? So I believe Fabio should get through that fight, but we'll see. And then on top, and then he's going to end his career with Tyson Fury, Greedy Belly. And shout out to my brother Ant. Appreciate y'all support. Now, talk to me, Smoke. Like, and Max brought it up, the Moses Atama or fight in his career with Aga Kabayel and Moses Atama. Do you see either one of those guys being able to beat Usyk, or do you feel like Usyk can end how he wants to end? Do you believe him when he says that he would kind of mess up Atama's kind of progression, his career if he fought him right now?
Um, I don't think neither one of them can beat him right now.
Right, I'm with you on that.
I don't think either one of them.
I'm definitely with you on that.
Fabio, you got that belt. If you want to, like, take the fight you got, gain some more experience. I mean, if you feel like he's not Joseph Parker, bro. He's not. He's a little bit older. You may be able to catch him, but I mean, but there's a reason why you want to get Usyk and you don't want to fight Atama. You say you don't want to fight him until he got a belt. So you want to hold on to that belt. That's your golden ticket. So
I could say I don't like I don't want to see Usyk and Fury trilogy. Like I just don't want to see that. Like I think it's pointless just for that fight. We done seen that fight twice. He done beat Fury twice. I think we passed that. I think he should not be looking at no Tyson Fury right now. Now, the winner of Worley and Dubois, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm hoping that Worley will win that fight because I really wouldn't want to see Usyk and Dubois a trilogy. Honestly, that's just me. Honestly, but Cabiel, I would have loved to see him fight Cabiel. I don't know what's going on with the WBC as far as that situation. A little bit, I know they saying that Cabiel may not be able to fight him till 2027. So we don't know how that's going to shake out, but I would love that fight from him. Usyk, Cabiel, Usyk, Wardley. I was intrigued with the Wilder fight, a little bit, even though, I kind of, I would take Usyk in that fight, obviously, but, Fury trilogy, no, don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. Usyk is right now. He's just going. He's literally trying to get maximize his bag right now. In the position, ending out his career, which is I'm 100% cool with that. I know a lot of people gave him flack because of he didn't fight like mandatories with Joseph Parker and fight Wardley in recent time and everything, and he's fighting this kickboxer Enrico Verhoeven.
You feel like he picking and choosing?
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah. He's definitely is. He picking and choosing because he's trying to maximize his bag. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to maximize his bag, pretty much. So
and let me bring in Big Dog Willie this
Big Dog
way.
Willie's good, brother.
One of the first members of the channel. I appreciate your support. We are doing members only panel. We need that to grow the channel. So man, please sign up for the membership. Help us grow. Hey, I appreciate everybody that's supporting. Tap the like button. We working in here. Big dog. While we here on Usyk, talk about him. Talk about him real quick.
Oh, this is gonna be real quick. Usyk did everything he could do at heavyweight.
Yeah.
He beat the two of the top champions of the last decade, AJ and Fury, twice. Both of them twice. He haven't fought Wilder, but Wilder is not Wilder no more. And I don't really want to see that fight because I think Wilder was going to get embarrassed. Um, he can do whatever he wants. That's what I'm saying. I'm with Cam J. I don't care who he fights. I just don't want to
Now,
see. I
if
don't
he
want to see him fight
stops,
Fury, huh?
if Wilder stops Chisora, would you be interested in
No,
Wilder
no,
Usyk? Still no. Okay,
no. He's going to get embarrassed. It's going to be,
because of the
and I
style.
think Usyk would take it easy on him, because that's the type of guy Usyk is. Um,
He ain't take it easy on Dubois, so I don't want to see
but no,
that.
because Dubois was younger. Dubois deserved that ass whooping. But I'm talking about,
He
no,
cleaned
I'm just saying
Dubois
because he's
up.
younger. But Wilder's old. Wilder's like in his 40s. So, and Usyk's the type of dude that he seemed like a cool dude that like I could whoop his ass more thoroughly, but maybe I just outbox him and knock him out in the 8th round, 9th round, something like that. Like, I mean, I don't see anything. I don't see. There's nothing else for him to do. And I'm with Cam J. I don't want to see him fight Fury again. That shit is already been done and done with. You know, he beat him twice. Fury's the only one crying about it. 'Cause he feel like he got robbed. So, I mean, who
Now,
cares about
what's
that
up
fight?
with the Mahmoudov Fury fight? You got it. You think that's an easy fight for Fury, or is Mahmoudov banana peel?
No, it's an easy fight for Fury.
Yeah, yeah, McIntyre should. I don't think he going. He may make it a little bit competitive, but I think that's a fight for Fury to get his feet wet and cook up, and hopefully Fury should be pushing for AJ. I know AJ. He possibly gonna end up having a tune up coming up soon. I seen the interview with Eddie Hearn talking about AJ getting back in camp in a couple of weeks. So probably looking forward to seeing AJ back with a tune up, and then he especially definitely want to fight Tyson Fury. So I feel like Fury's focus should be win this fight and all directions towards Anthony Joshua. Like that like the UK been wanting that fight for a long time, and far as those two guys from that era, they need to fight each other. Like they really
Yeah.
do.
I'm in agreement.
I also
But if
want to see
that's the fight,
Brian.
if they do that fight, go ahead. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
I also want to see AJ and Wilder just because.
Yeah.
Just because,
What?
because, because that was a fight that was supposed to happen, and it never did. So
Yeah, I still wouldn't mind to see that either. You know what I mean? Like those three guys, we only seen we seen Fury and Wilder, but we haven't seen AJ and Wilder, and then seen and AJ with Fury. Like, we haven't seen them for them three guys, so I feel like it's still due to see at least AJ and Fury. You know what I'm saying? If Wilder and AJ, I don't think that. I don't know, but I don't know Wilder and AJ. Then yeah, I think the ship to sailed on that. But AJ and
yeah,
Fury is logical.
yeah, I don't. I mean, though Ship just sold on all three of those guys. Um, Fury just because he's a good boxer. I think he still can do damage, but I mean, AJ and Wilder, like to me, are basically they're well. Wilder. Hold on, let's be honest with you. Wilder might lose to AJ. Wilder looked bad. I'm sorry, Wilder looked bad in his last fight. So
Oh, against Herndon? Come on,
yes,
Tyrell. Come on. He look older.
he looked
I ain't gonna
bad.
wait. But he got him out of there. So
Yeah,
I don't know. We
I'm gonna
know
say I'm gonna
AJ
say
got some
this.
punch resistance a little bit. His punch resistance a little bit, different.
Yeah, it's a little leaky. I mean, we just
Yeah.
gotta be real. Now, is Wilder gonna let his hands go and be able to land those big shots? So, like Dubois was able to. Dubois being the younger man, he was able to land those big shots and hurt AJ. Wilder hasn't shown the ability to really land that right hand the last few fights.
He can't generate it. He
Now,
don't have the athleticism no more. He don't. I mean,
hmm
it's. I mean, he
he
don't
gonna
have
have to
it because
reinvent
he's just
himself.
old, huh?
You say he's too old; he'll never be able to do it.
No, because he can't set it up because he don't have that speed no more. Just set up that jab and then to come with that right hand out of nowhere. He just
Yeah,
can't do it no
yeah,
more.
that's true. Yeah, I was when I watched his highlights, like the Brazil knockout, the Stavern knockout. I mean, he just like you saying, he was like 211. He was young. You remember he was fighting around like 210, 211 pounds,
Yeah,
and he had that. It So you got your Zora in the rematch.
the rematch. They never fought. You talking about Wilder?
No, oh my bad. Yeah, the Chisora. You got Chisora fighting winning against Wilder.
I don't know about that. I think it's 60. I'll say 55-45 Wilder, but it's not. It's not a gimme.
So you leaning Wilder. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah. I just because I think Wilder, Chisora, he been through some battles. I mean, he
yeah.
might be able to land something on Wilder, but I really don't see it.
Mm. Now he do got that aggressive style. Carry
Yeah,
my bad. Yeah, I was thinking we had a lot. It's definitely a lot of rematches at heavyweight right now. Why
yeah,
Usyk has pretty much rematched all of the top UK heavyweights. Outside of Chisora, right? He rematched AJ, he rematched Fury, he rematched Dubois.
yeah.
So now he's talking about a trilogy with Fury.
I don't want to see that.
Right now Chisora is the betting favorite against Wilder. Um, like y'all saying, man, is he gonna be able to generate that punch? Because Chisora gonna be on him. I think Carrier has Chisora winning that fight, don't you, Carrier? A lot of people are picking Chisora to beat Wilder. What's your thoughts on that, Cam?
Man, yeah, I think it's right now. I would probably lean to Zora maybe, but it's. I think it's a close fight. I mean, even with the odds in Vegas, you see it's close. It's, very close. But they definitely have Chisora as the favorite. But I found it's gonna be an ugly fight because Derek Chisora, he an ugly fighter, man, and he like to fight on the inside and stuff. So I think that if Wilder's gonna definitely have to mix it up, on the inside and the outside a little bit in this fight, and be able to create some traps, man, and be able to set that right hand up. Now I know Wilder's definitely not explosive as he used to be, from the past. But I think it's gonna be it's a 50-50 fight, man. I think anyone can win. I don't know who's gonna win this fight for real, man. I can see Wilder winning this fight by the now the gas tank, the stamina for both guys. That's a big question. We know Derek Chisora, he gassed out going into that second half, and Wilder's gas tank ain't as crazy either, going into the second half of fights as well. So it's interesting for this fight for real.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited for this matchup. Um, I mean, even in the build up, now they're not trying to. They like they said they don't want to sell it with violence. Two friends kind of lining up to fight each other. I just like I just like what boxing is right now. Now, Big Dog Willie, why I got you here, right?
Yes.
With this Devin situation with Ryan Garcia and all of the kind of the A side politics with the testing. Where do you sit on it? Do you feel like Ryan should capitulate and go ahead and agree to the fight and sign up for testing, or is he in a favorable position where he can dictate when he starts testing? What's your thoughts on everything?
Um, this is kind of tricky because I think Devin's being kind of a diva about it. Like, oh, you have to do. But Ryan, he has no legs to stand on with this. That's the thing about it. Like, dude, you cheated. Like, you should, like, if you really want that fight and you should just do the damn testing. And then if you can really beat him like you talk shit like you can, then beat him and take the test. And then there's nobody can say anything to you no more. I just that Ryan has no legs to stand on when it comes to this. Because when you cheat, it's a different story. It's like you kind of give up a lot of stuff when you cheat.
Now break it down, big dog, because some people believe that it was contamination, right? The
No,
first time
Jesus.
around,
Yeah,
and
I
but
know.
of course we so like does it matter? Does that part not matter to you? It's kind of that you kind of messed up the first event, or you put a black eye kind of on the sport with the whole getting the fight thrown out. Like break it down. Do you have a penalty? Does it there is a tax on pretty much messing up, right?
Yeah,
Like there's a penalty, like you've sown distrust in your ability to be a clean fighter. So now you kind of have to prove it. You just
yeah,
gotta show us.
yeah. I think
Um
you got me. You hitting all the right buttons. What you're saying. I can't say it. It's like it's like when it's like when you're a little kid and you do something bad and your parents like, well, to prove it's like, yeah, he fucked up. You have to prove it. You have to prove that you weren't cheating. And when you get caught, contamination or no contamination, and then the way, and I think what it was like he went about it all wrong. He was saying crazy shit, saying the N word. He just like he kept spiraling down. So I think with all of that, like just take the stupid thing. I think it's kind of ridiculous, but like I said, you fucked up.
Now
Oh,
and
excuse
Big
my
Dog Willie,
language.
this
Excuse my language. My
yeah,
fault.
yeah,
My fault.
appreciate you, Big Dog Willie. This B3 SPN, we definitely working. Hey, we got our members. Hey, listen, appreciate all the love and support. Now, with that being said, right? With for the Rolly fight, it's reported that of course, that was coming off the suspension, but there was 6 months of testing preceding the Rolly fight. Now, people can say what they want to say about Rolly having power or whatever. That was a completely different Ryan Garcia that we seen against Barrios outside of the Rolly fight. He looked. I mean, coming off a loss where he looked like his first fight at 147, where he looked dry, and people can give all the excuses they want. They can say these brothers was fighting on the street. They can say, any excuse they want. It was just two different fighters. To the point where Shakur and Devin came out and said Ryan looked like he was on something.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like for Ryan, I'm with you, big dog. I don't think he has a leg to stand on. This is the fight that Oscar De La Hoya has already put out that they have to make. Um, because at the end of the day, he answered to the zone. So they and jumping on this cam.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I already said about it before as they're testing for us, with VADA, WBC, clean program. They got that have going on where the champions and the top 15 fighters they're testing yearly round through VADA through the WBC's boxing clean program. It was just Ryan Garcia. He's a WBC current champion. Now, as far as like I said, the testing, I think it shouldn't be an issue. You know what I'm saying? This shouldn't be an issue. I think they just need to come to negotiations with their numbers and the date and lock it in. You know what I mean? I think the conversation with the testing is redundant at this point as far as that because Ryan already expressed and said that he's going to test and he's going to do his thing for us that. So I just think they just need to get the fight done. Get the fight done. Like, and I see Bella Faye talking about the WBC is underfunded. Well, I mean, the WBC is through VADA. You know what I'm saying? And where's the 365 testing with Devin through VADA, right? He's doing VADA testing 365, right? And they've been doing the WBC boxing clean program since 2016. Like, so you got to do your research about that, sweetheart. I'm just
I
saying in
think.
general, it's time
Oh, go
for
ahead. Go ahead.
now
I'll
with
go later.
Rolly, Devin. They finalized the fight. Let's get it done. You know what I'm saying? They got to finalize that first, unless
Now we
Devin
have
go straight to Ryan.
well, what he wants is he wants to ensure that he's on an even playing field. So if he's going to sign the fight, Rolly wants to sign the fight. Ryan, he wants Ryan to start testing. So look how many months we got until September. So it's March to April, April to May, May to June, June to July, July to August, August to September. That's 6 months. So this is the perfect time to go ahead and get enrolled and then go ahead and sign the fight. If this is the fight that Oscar's calling for, that means the zone is looking to put up the money right now. So they might as well just go ahead and lock it in, and then everything will be on an even playing field. Let me bring in FaZe, a supporter of the channel, man. I appreciate you pulling up, FaZe. Everybody tap that like button for us. If you can, put some color in the chat. Continue to help us grow. We 245 in on the show. Let's work. FaZe, talk to me, man. What's your thoughts on the Ryan testing situation? Do you believe he should go ahead and get enrolled in BADA now, so that way that he leaves no doubt in the rematch?
Yeah, man, he holding up the fight, bro. He needs to get right in so he can get that whooping and we can move on. We ain't even gonna brag about it when it happened.
So, and my brother FaZe is moving around. I gotta put this to the panel. Let me start with Big Dog, and I'm gonna bring in Cam. Big Dog, based on what you've seen in both of the last guys' last performances, with Devin and with Ryan, who are you leaning towards or giving the edge to in the rematch? Talk to us.
Devin. I'll give it to Devin. I think Devin in that first Ryan fight, or just in general, he made that fight more difficult than he had to. He was trying to go head up with Ryan, like, yeah, no. I'll give it to Devin because Devin will keep that phone up to his ear, and he will actually box a man for 12 rounds instead of trying to come in like he's Mike Tyson. I don't know what he was thinking that night. I don't know what his dad was thinking. Um, and I think Pride stepped in after he got clocked in the first round, and yeah,
Yeah.
and then he got dropped so many different times. So um, yeah, I mean, I got Devin winning basically 12 round, 8-4, 7-5 if it's close. But yeah,
Due to Devin Haney. I know Cam feel the same way about that. We talked about it.
yeah, it's just ridiculous how I don't know understand like that game plan. Steroids or no steroids.
Now, let me do that. Let me say this right. So you got Devin. FaZe has Devin. Cam, talk to me, bro. The rematch. Like, I mean, can you lean one way or another? Break that down for me.
I mean, I had Devin in the first fight, and it didn't go that way. Now I say with this rematch, I don't know, man. I don't know. Devin, it, I think it's a mental hold on Devin with a little bit with Ryan Garcia. They keep talking about Devin for as Ryan, for as him being a comedian, and they're harping upon the eye strength and everything. And I think Ryan is in these guys' heads. No, he's out here. He's been playing Devin and Bill like some suckers this whole entire time, calling them, clowns out here and saying that, he vowed to retire Devin Haney if they fight again and everything. That's why I say it's all nothing for them guys to get that fight going, man. For real. They really do. So I mean, I don't know, man. I say it's 50-50 right now. I just want to see the fight. I think Devin can win the rematch for sure. I think he can definitely win the rematch. He definitely got, if he's sharp and he if he box how he boxed round 2 through 5 with Ryan, possibly he can succeed in it. But no, Ryan
We just gotta keep it a
is
thousand.
fast.
We just gotta keep it 1,000, bro. The Ryan that showed up versus Barrios is gonna hurt Devin. Like that dude. Now,
Whoa.
Can Devin? shocked the world. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. But that Ryan, that was a different. That was OD. That performance. I mean, we saw what he did boxing Devin on the back foot in the first fight. Devin couldn't catch him. Really catch up to him like he wanted to. So at 47, he just looked a lot better. He looked a lot better in the Barrios fight than he did in the Rolly fight and the Devin first fight. So we just gotta call a spade, bro. Now I want to see these two guys on an even playing field because I don't know, man. Ryan, this dude, he's a wild card. Is he juicing? Shakur Stevenson believe he's juicing. So if Shakur, a pound for pound fighter, is questioning you, who
I don't go off of
I gotta.
Shakur opinion. Shakur, the same guy that said he didn't care for rehydration clauses and stuff, and now he calling for it right there. So I don't really go off of that opinion as far as
Hold on,
that.
Phase. Hold on, Phase. You can't. Oh, Cam J. I'm sorry. Hold on, Cam J. You can't. I hear what you're saying, but
Assuming that he's
Hold on, hold
juicing
on, hold
though,
on, hold
bro.
on, y'all. Hold on. Let
Come
me just say
on,
this real
bro.
quick. The Barrios fight. Barrios, Barrios put forth a great effort in that fight.
you really think
Uh,
so?
yeah, for based on the fight I watched, yeah, he fought to the end of the fight. Now, did Ryan beat him? Of course, but to get dropped how he did in the first round, um, I thought that he could have possibly got walked over in that fight. He didn't get walked over in that fight.
I
Nah,
don't know about
he
that.
fought that
I
fight. He
don't
fought that
know.
fight like a
Not pretty
champion.
much because
He
Barrios
fought
ain't win the
he
ring.
fought pretty much the same that he did versus Pacquiao. Am I
He
tripping,
really
Ken?
did. That's a
Yeah, it
fact.
was the same.
Like, that's what I'm saying. He didn't do nothing against Pacquiao. He
Well,
fought.
what I'm saying is this is that he didn't get walked over. Now, did Ryan look super special against Barrios? Super special, but he definitely looked the best that he's looked in a while, in a long time. Can y'all give me that? Was that not the
Yeah,
best
I
Ryan
mean,
y'all seen
Ryan
in a
said
long
That was
he
a
time?
has a
showcase fight.
nutritionist.
So
Ryan
you
said he has a
gauging him off of
nutritionist
fight
and
knowledge?
everything. He was locked in, and you got a
Yeah.
new team around him and everything. So there's a lot of
Sparring. That was
that's
sparring
momentum
session.
around Ryan right now. If
Yeah,
he's locked in and focused, and he's doing his thing instead of him partying and drinking and smoking and chilling out there with the women and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the Ryan that we want to see. We want to see a guy that's dedicated to the sport.
1,000. Yeah, well, if that was the difference, then I'm in agreement. Go ahead and sign up for the testing. Shout out to my brother Toledo Trees, and then we'll get the rematch on the even playing field. Um, that's just what it come down to. But that's them punches. Hey, and my brother Toledo Trees, he'll tell you what he told Devin. Don't do it. Because this dude Ryan is not nobody to play with. Um, it's kind of known now because Mario Barrios. I mean, people were giving Mario Barrios not no easy fighter. Cam, what's your thoughts on Mario Barrios? I mean, he's moved up to 147 from 140. Do you respect that win? Is that a solidified win for Ryan, or do you feel like Mario Barrios is like, um, I mean, what's your take on it?
I think Mario is solid. He ain't he's not elite or anything like that. I think he's solid. He has a solid resume. He done, fought a lot of great fighters. So I think that's a good win. Whether and now he's moving up to 154. I don't know what type of work he's gonna do up there. With those guys up there, but no, wow, no, I think that's a good win. You know what I'm saying? I don't think now you got other people believing Barrios is trash. You know what I'm saying? And other people believe in Rolly is trash as well. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. It's interesting.
Hey, it's funny that shout out to Bella. She said Ryan isn't anything to play with when he's on PEDs. Hey, and Ryan has two losses. Guess who his both his losses are to who? PBC fighters. And what did they and both times he had 6 months of testing. So that's a fun fact for everybody.
That's why I said I don't think the testing is the issue. Like if he's testing
Hold on.
other fights and he tests all the way up until clean, all the way up until fight night, fighting Devin. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, we gotta read the room with this a little
But
bit,
Cam
man. That's
J,
why I say I think y'all being a little bit egregious a little bit with this whole ostering and testing and shit a little bit.
but Cam J, when you get caught dirty, you can't sit there and argue the fact that I don't need to do testing the way that you have.
He's not arguing that though.
No, but the way,
Ryan's
but
already
what I'm trying
said
to
that
say,
he test.
what I'm trying to say, maybe what I'm trying to say is, like I told, like me and B3 were thinking, we're like, you have no legs to really stand on because you got caught cheating, and you want to fight the same fighter you cheated against. So give
Yeah.
him what he wants in that regards.
Yeah, he sullied the first event.
I mean, he don't have no choice with him being a champion, one of the WBC. So that's why I said it's really not that. That's why I said it's really not a conversation for real, to be
But it's not
honest.
Let me
360
pivot. Let
though.
me pivot it. Let me pivot it then. Let me pivot it. I'm gonna ask you this. Do you feel like there's other routes for Ryan to go? Let's say outside of Devin Haney. Do you feel like he's a big enough star to say, hey, after Devin fight, I'm gonna go do whatever I want to do, right? Or do you believe that he is kind of beholden to that rematch? Kind of what based on what Oscar is kind of alluding to now, right? What's your view on the Cam? Do you see other options for Ryan?
I mean, I could see Ryan fighting Keyshawn Davis. That'd be a big fight for
Mm,
right there. Fight him fighting Keyshawn Davis. I think a lot of people would love to see that fight. Keyshawn has aspirations talking about he
yeah.
gonna move up to 147. So that'd be a great fight. Even if after kind of being do what he do with Regis, maybe that they can come full circle. Possibly that'd be a big fight for Ryan, whether they was doing it in the UK or whatsoever. So I mean, yeah, or the Tank rematch if they was to go that route. Which is I don't see that happening, but just throwing that out there, which people be talking about that as well. So
Why not? Because of the weight?
I think I would say the weight. I would say the weight for sure. But I don't think I think the money would bring it to where they probably Ryan would concede a little bit more for Tank more so than
Yeah,
Devin. That's just the honest to God truth. You know what I mean? Because
right.
Tank has more value and he brings more to the table, financially.
Right, and I think that's even why. I mean, of course, Ryan. I feel like he was capping when he said he'll fight Shakur at 140. But I mean, or I actually make for 140, right? He could say whatever he want, but actually make 140, right? But he put stuff. You got to put stuff out there to let other people know, like that's a gauge. So if you say you'll do it for one fighter, then Tank can call you on it. Now Tank can call him on a 144 catch weight, and he'll fight Tank. So let you see what I'm saying? He'll do that for Tank because at the end of the day, it's going to be financially
Get
lucrative
the
enough. They
money.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
The money gonna be too crazy. It's like okay, I cut those pounds for Tank. So he's setting himself up like you saying. Cam, appreciate you
I
breaking
mean,
that
I think
down.
me and Big Dog Willie, we talked about this before. Like a lot of these fighters just be chatting, man. They
Mhm.
just be chatting out there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll fight this guy. I'll fight that guy.
Yeah, all
A
of them
lot of
do
these
it.
guys just be, talking about, just keeping their name, in the algorithm among, us, while we're conversating about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now let me say this. Well, I don't even want to do all that. That's too much hypothetical. But we do if we get a unified champion between Devin and Ryan, that is a great fight for Tank. That would be a legacy defining fight, and people can really kind of shut up, right? If Devin, if but Tank still has unfinished business at 140, so
For
I don't even
135.
want to. I don't even want to entertain Tank at 147 until he fights Shakur at 140, right? Like maybe he do Pitbull Lamont this year, Shakur next year, and then maybe fight somebody, like the winner of Devin Ryan, and after that, you see what I'm saying? But I don't want to. I don't want to see him jumping to 147 without fighting Shakur. Y'all with me on that, or what's y'all thoughts? Y'all
He's
don't
not
care.
gonna fight. He's not gonna fight at 147.
Right. Okay. Now,
I
one.
put
No, no. They will only probably be
135,
available for like a
140.
catch weight, well, like a 144 catch weight. That way, he could still get the 147 strap and probably drop it or whatever. You know how they do.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
I
don't see
think.
him. Go ahead, Cam.
I think the road is probably is obviously they talking about Pitbull and Roach, and then I think it should be Shakur. You know what I mean? So that's what
Yeah.
I think it should be. It should be in that order. You know what I mean? Whether that look like that's probably the plan, probably. So we'll see. We'll see.
Now those guys are more closer to Tank size too.
Absolutely.
Ryan and Devin, they kind of some big guys at this stage. Ryan is kind of pushing 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? He like five. You know, he about 5'11".
Ryan's big.
Devin
Yeah,
about Devin a little over 5'9", probably almost 5'10". So those guys is probably is getting out of reach. Yeah, but
I
we got
think.
to
Did we
see,
make a
man.
discussion?
The money make a
Go
lot.
ahead.
If the money makes sense, certain things can definitely happen. Go ahead, big dog.
Did we? Was it this channel we had discussion about weight bullying?
Yes, yeah. When Doug was on here and Blue Hustle, Blue Hustle was
Yeah,
saying, Blue Hustle, he's adamant that Devin Haney is a weight bully, and you know,
and
but
I was saying
talk about.
same day weigh-ins. I was trying to say that. Um,
Hmm.
those guys are big. Those are big dudes. I kind of feel Tank on that shit. Not much, so much. Shakur, I think Shakur was just kind of running his mouth, but but I can see Tank. I can't see Tank going up there and not having these cats on some kind of some kind of one rehydration clause. Those two dudes
Yeah.
are too big for Tank. And I'm not saying like Tank can't beat them, but I'm just saying just in general.
Now, Tank in a way, catch weight makes sense. If shout out to my brother Treese, it does make sense in a sense that if once we see in a way at 126, right? Can he at least fight somebody at 126? And then kind of gauge it. But that's about a couple years off now. I feel like that's a couple years off.
They're the same age, right?
Yeah, right
Tank
about.
it anyway.
Yeah, close
Yeah, they
to it.
need to get
Yep.
this shit on now. I anyway can definitely go up to 130.
Mm. Yeah,
I think
he
I can
should
see he
fight.
can.
If he
I
make a
mean,
pit stop, at 126, he probably man, the people gonna cry, whine, and complain. But somebody need to unify 126 ASAP for the Inoue fight. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't see him like people gonna be if he fight Espinoza, can he just be the man and move up, or do he have or is he gonna take his time and just fight everybody at the weight class? Because those is gonna be some tough fights. I don't see him. He might not beat Espinoza, right?
Mm,
That's
I
gonna be a
think he
tough
I
can.
fight.
don't know. I love to see. That's a fight I
That's
would
a good
love to
fight.
see.
But I
That's
think
a
he can beat
good
Espinoza. I think he
fight.
can beat him.
I talked about that fight a while back. I remember they fought on the same night, but they was fighting on two different two different time frames and stuff. But they fought on the same night, and I was like, man, I would love to see anyway fight Rafael Espinoza, but I don't that size. Look, that's big on anyway right there. You know what I mean? That's a tall task
Yeah,
with him, man. So
and a
I
durable
love I
guy too.
love
He not.
Espinoza.
He's like he fighting. He like crying. He like balling out, crying after his fights. You know what I'm saying? Like he really giving his all into it. Like anyway, gonna have to eat all his Wheaties for that Espinoza fight. Now I know they would love to have had that Nick Ball matchup. Frank Warren was positioning Nick Ball, but unfortunately, he couldn't hold that belt on too long. Figgy was able to get it, go
Mm.
to the UK and beat Nick Ball. Now, so my thought process is we should hopefully we get a unification at 126. I like the Shushu Carrington, Brandon Figueroa unification fight. That'll
Mm,
be PBC and Top Brain working together. I feel like that could entice her in a way, because that's the blueprint on Stephen Fulton receiving the Inouye matchup is because he was unified champion, right? It made sense.
right.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and then that way, if there's another unified fight, cool, he can stay there and fight for undisputed. But if not, he can just go ahead and move to 130, like you saying, or fight Tank right at the catchweight. Because I'm sure Tank probably can still make 130, and for the right payday, he probably will.
Yeah, he will.
So
Yeah,
they'll probably meet there for a belt. Maybe Tank can go down there and fight Oshaki, or maybe not Oshaki. No. He'll fight Navarrete. It should be Tank
I
and
don't want to see that
Navarrete.
fight.
He not gonna do Navarrete. Too
No, he
tough.
no right. He got stopped. I don't like. I don't know why people. So I know he's long and stuff like that, but I don't really like him.
yeah. You said you ain't like a Navarrete, like the awkwardness of
This it just. It,
Navarrete.
I think he just
He
went
be
off of
all
his
over the
height and
place.
just his length. Yeah,
If he retain those belts, if he retains his belt, shout out to Dr. Cam. Appreciate you pulling up, and appreciate everybody in the building and all the people that joined the membership. Hey, we definitely building. Thank y'all for the love and support. Um, the Tank Navarrete fight is a big fight. Is that not the green print as well, y'all? I mean, talk to me. Do y'all foresee? Y'all see it the same way? Is Navarrete as big of a star as Pitbull?
Nah,
In
he
y'all
ain't.
opinion?
nah.
Okay. No.
Nah, he
Okay.
ain't. He ain't nowhere near a pit bull.
Pitbull's tough. Pitbull's a tough dude. That Roddy is like Tank's gonna knock him out smooth. And
Mm.
Tank and Pitbull, you're not knocking out Pitbull. And I think that's what the intriguing matchup between those two are. Now Roddy would just he'll get flatlined.
Yeah, never. I'll tell you that loss to Check went that 135 stop that he had. That wasn't a good look for Navarrete to me. And then even that performance with Charlie Suarez in that first fight, no, that wasn't a great performance from Navarrete. Even though I heard Navarrete says he got a nutritionist now, and and he's in better shape and everything. So I mean, I think Navarrete gonna stay at 130 and do his thing there because I don't think 135 was great for him. Even though you can see him move up, for sure, but I don't
He
see
can
him
move
fighting
up.
with Tank though.
He can move up. I think he's kind of a weight bully down there, somewhat.
And he better watch out for Suarez, man. He better watch out for him. Better
Yes, with
watch
the
out.
Suarez rematch coming up, that's gonna be tough. Um, yeah, that's gonna be a tough fight. But I mean, who's to say that Navarrete remains unified champion, right? We'll see. Is there a bigger fight?
For Navarrete, I mean,
Yeah.
I would say him and Shockey is a great fight.
Great fight, yeah.
Is
Shockey,
that
Shockey. I mean, he's current. I want to say he's currently negotiating with Raymond Ford right now, which they was going back and forth about their negotiations on Twitter, about a week ago. So I mean, we'll see if that Shockey ends up fighting Raymond Ford, and then you got Suarez with Navarrete. Then Jasser Dickens. I mean, he just lost to Anthony Kakasi the other
yeah?
day. So Anthony Kakasi, he's the new WBA champion at 130 now. So you got some motion up there at
Shout out to
130.
Anto Kakasi. Yeah, it's some good action at 130. So we got a lot. It's a lot to play out over the next. We're gonna see how these. Hopefully that Oshaki and Ray 4 fight get made.
Yeah.
How you
Yeah,
like that fight, big dog? Who you got in that matchup, big dog?
I don't know. That's a good one. Um, that's a good fight. I don't know. I would say I'll lean towards Shaki because he had looked good in the last couple of fights. He looked good, but Ray First no slouch. I mean, that's a good fight. I'm going towards Shaki a little bit. Who do you have?
Yeah, I'm taking Oshaki. I'm taking Foster. Yeah, I'm taking Foster.
Cam.
But I like Ray Ford as a fighter and his overall determination. Oshaki is just proven to me, man.
Yeah,
I
I know what you're
mean,
saying.
yeah, he's just a proven champion. You gonna have to show me you can beat him at this stage. Cause
Seems like he got his shit together, Oshaki. Now him going and trying to fight Shakur, that's ridiculous. But
but this a younger guy. Ray Foreman. That's gonna be a close fight.
No, it
That's
is
not
gonna be
gonna
a
be
close
no
fight.
walkover fight. That's gonna be because Ray Ford can box and he can bang.
No, that's why I say it's a good
They're
fight.
ass stupid. He said Ray and Shock both fight at autopilot. Man,
Yeah.
I like Shock in that fight, man. Ray Ford, that just ain't. I'm not seeing it from him like where like he's opposing his will on some of the opponents that he's fought in the last 3-4 fights. And
Well, let me.
that loss that I mean I thought he beat Nick Ball in my opinion in that fight, but
Yeah, I thought he
they
should have
gave it to
edged that.
Nick Ball, but I'm not seeing like Ray Ford like really like take his game to a next level in some of the fights I've seen in the last 2-3 fights from him.
And let me say this though, why I kind of even led to that track is, I mean, in the sport of boxing, I know people want to say that belts don't matter and stuff, but that does make most of these fights bigger, right? Pretty much all of these fights
Mm-hmm.
bigger. So that's why you kind of gotta make has to make sense for Inoue. Inoue's going to be what at 130. How many divisions would that be? 6 for Inoue or 7 for Inoue? I had to look it up, right?
How many Paco have?
So
Because they started the same weight, right? Paco's.
yeah,
So
he
it'll
had 8
be
divisions.
6 or something like 6 or 7. 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. Because Paco ended at 147, and that was
Right, he
8.
skipped 115, so he didn't do 108. So he did 112, 118, 122. That's 3 divisions. So
So
then the
5,
26 would be 4 and 130 will be 5.
6, 7. Yeah,
So
he's like Paco. He's like Paco. If he goes all the way to 147, he's like he'll be 8 division, but he's not gonna go all the way up
but
there.
Pacquiao won a belt at 150, 154 too, technically.
Did he?
Yeah,
A real belt? No, Reggie.
for that. I believe for that. Let me verify, but it may have been for that De La Hoya fight. But yeah, that's how he got that 8 division off, bro. But
I thought he won at. I didn't
yeah, he
know. I didn't
definitely
know
won
he
the
won at
belt at
154.
154. Let me verify, but I believe he did. Hold on, let me verify. Okay, the De La Hoya fight. This dude is nuts, man. Okay, my bad. That was at 47. Okay. That was at 47. Did he ever fight at 54? Super welter vacant. Yep, Antonio Margarito. But Pete
Yep.
did
Okay.
the super welter with the WBC vacant super welterweight title was on the line. Margarito was weighed in at 150 and Pacquiao weighed in at 144 and a half. That was in 2010. And then
He dusted Margarito too.
yeah, oh well yeah, he beat him every round pretty much in that decision.
Yeah, I know what I'm
Uh
saying. Dusted. Yeah.
Yup. And then let me see, did he have any more smoke at 150? Yeah, so he didn't do too much as Super Welter, but that was for the Super Welterweight title.
Where you
They
fight
did that.
Cotto at?
He fought Cotto at 147. Cotto weighed
147.
in at
Okay.
145, Pacquiao 144. And that was for the WBO.
Dang, he whipped Cotto's ass too. He was killing everybody down there at that one point.
Yeah, he stopped Cotto in 12. Um he fought Shane Mosley at 47. Okay, I don't think did he have any more work at 54? Man, Pacquiao had a long career, man.
Still
Yeah,
fighting today. He's still fighting.
yeah, man. He's got it. You got to consider him one of the goats.
Oh, he's great. He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter.
And a lot of people don't know his story. You remember that? I forgot the referee's name that came out and said he literally cheated for Pacquiao earlier in his career.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I don't know if I don't see people really talking about it no more, but a couple years back, one of the old school referees, he said, yeah, he was on payroll and
I believe that.
Pacquiao was
Yeah.
getting beat up in a fight. He was getting beat up, beat up, beat up. and the referee was like, he was giving him every chance, to make sure that he won the fight. So you gotta watch those type of politics in the sport. But Pacquiao went on to still be Pacquiao, and he probably would have still went on to be Pacquiao. I mean, who he was, because look how much resilience he had in the sport.
He's a hard worker, man.
Yeah, you
Hard worker.
know, because look how early on in his career he was stopped in the third round by this dude named Rusitko Torimpanko. You see what I'm saying? In '96, he got stopped in the third round KO. So imagine this dude going on to get stopped in '96. Imagine Mayweather getting stopped
Yeah.
in '96. We would be like, Mayweather, hold on, you ain't the greatest dude. This dude got stopped in '96 and went on to be what, 8 division champion. He got stopped again in '99, and by 18-0 fighter. He started his career in '95, so that was his 4th year pro. He got stopped again.
Pacquiao was young back then.
Yeah, he
He might be
was
like 16 or 17 years, 16 years old. 17 years old.
'95. Yeah, that was 30 years ago now. 31 years ago.
Damn.
So this dude been professional for over 31 years. This is nuts. Pacquiao is sick, yo.
That's a
Pacquiao
long
went
ass time to be
pro.
fighting.
Yeah, Pacquiao went pro January 22nd, '95. And he's still pro to this day.
You just can't leave the sport alone, man.
So I mean, he's ranked number 3 in the WBO. I wanted him to get an opportunity, but it looks like he's gonna be fighting Floyd. Right now, it's listed on BoxRec, so that's a good sign. It's at the Sphere in Las Vegas, so they are fighting September 19th on Netflix. That is locked in. Netflix has locked that in. That is not a
That's
joke,
crazy.
y'all.
That's crazy work, man. These old ass. That's crazy.
Y'all, so keep that in mind. That's locked in.
And I'm gonna watch it too, just because.
1,000%. Now, let me say this. We 3 hours in. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. I appreciate all the love and support today. Hey, it's been a fire show. Shout out to my members, Big Dog Willie. Listen, we're gonna do a giveaway. We're gonna do a raffle type thing. I'm gonna do $25 for the first month for
Hmm.
to give out to one of the members. April 1st, we're gonna do that. So everybody that's active in the membership, they'll be in that, and it will just kind of keep changing it, keep increasing it, based on all the support that's coming in, and we're gonna just keep building from there and growing the channel, right? And y'all just keep in mind, I'm doing members only channel, excuse me, members only panel, so that way we can build a membership. And we want people on the panel that want to see the channel do well and want to grow the channel, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I need that. And I'm trusting in God and believing that we're gonna do it, and we're gonna build the right community and the right support system. So I'm thankful for everybody that's already locked in with a membership. We got 11 active memberships, and we just gonna keep growing from there. Um, before we get off of here, hey y'all, before we get off of here today, let me Big Dog, let me ask you this, because I didn't get your thoughts on this fight. Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas. Talk to me about that matchup real quick, and then I'm gonna ask Cam, and then I don't think did you break that down yet, Cam, today? Did we talk about the Boots versus Xander?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you can go do Big Dog Willie. Go ahead.
Okay. Big Dog, what's your thoughts on that matchup? Do you like that fight right now? Do you feel like
Uh,
that's a winnable fight for Xander?
I don't know for Xander. Xander got power. Um, I don't know. I think Boost would dominate him.
Mm,
I don't. He might not knock him out, but he'll dominate. He'll just beat him up. I can't see Xander. I don't want to be like I like Xander. I don't want to see. I just don't see him do anything with Boots. That's it.
yeah.
I don't. I can't see how he beats him in any way. I mean, Boots is faster than he is. Boots got better. It just I don't see it. Don't get me wrong. I think Xander is a good fighter. I just don't see it. I can't. I don't know how to break that down because Boots got so many more advantages than he does.
Yeah. The argument is that Karen gave Boost some trouble with his boxing ability. So Xander may be able to, incorporate some of those things and let his hands go more than Karen did. So it should be a good fight. Cam, do you see it the same way? Does Boost walk over Xander, or what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I don't see him walking. I don't see it being an easy fight for Boots. I think Xander's gonna be very competitive. I like Xander in this fight. I really do like Xander in this fight, as far as being competitive and going in there and really bringing the pain to Boots. So I mean, I would definitely give Boots though because of the experience though. Uh, and I just think Boots is got a little bit extra oomph to his game than Xander, what I'm saying, in particular. But I love the fight, and I pray we get this fight finalized. I really do. For Boots, and Xander's gonna get it. For Xander's sake too. I think this is a fight that can, if it's competitive and close, where it goes to the decision, we probably can see a rematch of this fight. You know what I mean? So I like this fight a lot. I really do. But I got Boots in it right now, though. With his experience.
You just go experience, not physical attributes either.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think he's more athletic and probably a little bit more. Is he more powerful than Xander? I would say a tad bit probably, but Xander's a big guy though. Xander, he's gonna be at 160 soon.
Well, Darren can
So
punch. I'm not. I'm
that's
not
another
dating that.
thing too.
Darren can punch. Most likely, yeah, he can punch. I just talking about the speed and just the from
Says he about
from
that.
boost
Oh yeah,
standpoint.
Boot.
It just yeah. I just don't. I don't know. I like Xander though. I don't want to put him down. It's just I don't.
Oh right,
Xander got two
right, right.
belts, so we can't
Absolutely.
complain, huh? We say
I think Xander's a hell of a fighter. I think he's very talented. I think he's athletic as well, but I don't think he's athletic as Boots is.
no, no. He's not. No, he's not athletic. Boots. No, Boots is extremely athletic. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, like I said, I yeah, I just don't see it. But it will be a good fight though.
I think it's gonna be an amazing fight, man. Hopefully we get it. Man, shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that hit the like button today, the people that joined the membership, and everybody that's supporting and helping us grow. Man, shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the People's Network. We definitely working. Hey, we're gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna cook up all week, and man, listen, is there any fights on this weekend? Hold on, I gotta check the schedule.
Yeah, we got
Let me check.
Lester Martinez. He fighting they're fighting Saturday, and Carlos Adames and Emma Williams is Saturday. So
Okay,
we
that's a good
got some
one.
fights this Saturday.
Yeah.
Pro
Okay.
Box and Matchroom. They active.
All right, cool. And let me go ahead. I'm gonna check my shout out to my brother Champ Ross and the Champ Ross Pick'em League. We got Mick Conlon is back. Michael Conlon. He's gonna be fighting Kevin Walsh on the zone. So that'll be a good card. Also, okay, George Liddard in the UK. That's on Saturday. He fighting Tyler Denny. Nice. Okay, Vizzioli's on the undercard. Jimmy Saints on the undercard. And then we do have the pro box fight. So Saturday, okay, so we Gucci. We got boxing. Lester Martinez versus Emmanuel Aline. Nice. Okay, Quadratilo is back. So we get to see Abdukurov on the undercard of that. He's fighting the undefeated fighter Joshua Anton. 12 and 0, 11 KOs. Okay. Okay. Anthony Q
Hey,
was on the
salute the
undercard.
Pro Box, man. Pro Box, that card this past weekend was an amazing card, and they're doing the card every weekend on Pro Box the whole month of March. So
Let's
salute
go.
the Pro Box, man. Just staying active and giving us amazing fights over there, man. For real.
Ooh, okay. I was big tripping. My bad, everybody. The Pro Box card is nice. Albert Gonzalez is gonna be on it. Also, Carlos Adames. I see. Okay, Adames versus Ammo Williams. That's gonna be Corey Marksman is gonna be fighting Jacob Gomez on the undercard. That's a good fight.
Amari Jones on the card with Taramona, the heavyweight. He's on the card as well. So yeah,
Yeah, Cam, can you hear me, Cam? Damn. Yeah, my bad. I fell off. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, man. He said Coach Eddie told me Najee can beat Beterbiev. Yeah, we definitely had to get
Oh
Coach
wow.
Eddie's thoughts on that. Um, yeah, because Najee had a extremely tough fight with Manuel Lagos, and I'm shout out to Najee though for coming through. I was able to I live bet him to get a stoppage, so I appreciate him coming through for that. And I kind of figured he would based on the style of the fight. Um, I don't that Beterbiev matchup now. We not
Yeah,
that ain't the
let's
route.
put a break on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't the route. But I mean, I would love to see him take on the Taz. I mean, I know he's gonna probably fight him. You know, probably take on the Taz, but I don't. I mean, it don't make sense now.
Yeah, well, but he's getting a little older though. He is getting a little older.
Nah, I take that back. We take the biggest fight he can take. If I'm Najee, I'm taking the biggest fight
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, Najee versus Khalil Cole right now. Who you got, big dog?
Najee.
Cam J, Najee versus Khalil Cole. Who you got?
Yeah, definitely Najee for sure. Probably mess around and stop Khalil, man. I'm not high on Khalil Cole at all. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
my.
going on with him. He should have lost that last fight for real too.
Better be. Yeah, better. No, that better. Well, who said?
That
Did coach say he can beat Better Beef?
I
uh
think I think I recall he probably did, and meant meant keep pushing his name upon him. Probably, you know what I'm saying. I think he definitely did probably before. Khalil Cole, I'm not high on him at all. I see aircraft. He said Khalil Cole trash. Yeah, I'm not high on Khalil Cole. I don't know what's going on with him, man, but I don't know. I ain't high on him, especially after that. That mess he pulled on that last fight, man, coming in. How much? I think he was like what, like 9, 10 pounds over or something like that. Like I
nah,
was,
he was
what
about
it
seven
was
pounds. I think
crazy. It
about
was
seven
something
pounds, but
crazy.
it was something wild. But and that's the thing. Okay, I see what you're saying. So I gotta move around that. Well, I was looking for an opponent for Najee, but he probably gonna have to go to Anthony Yarde route. Yeah, you got Anthony Yarde versus Najee. What you think
Yeah,
about that
I
fight?
like that.
Nah.
I like that fight.
You like that fight with Yard gassing out in the fourth round?
I think it'd be a banger. It'd be action in that fight. That's why I love it.
Yeah, Anthony Yard kills me, man.
I
Anthony
love
Yard
that
kills
fight.
me.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I
And
see
then
Aircraft said Najee and Ben Whitaker. Hey, I love that fight too. That's if
That's a
Eddie want
decent
to
fight.
feed Ben Whitaker up yet. I don't think Eddie want to feed Ben Whitaker up like that. Najee Lopez.
Whitaker gets beat up.
Yeah, I ain't
But
crazy about him.
no,
I mean, I
it'd be
know
a fun fight to watch
Ben is
though.
talented, but I ain't that crazy about Ben Whitaker though.
No, he's fun to watch.
I like the flair though. That everything that he
Yeah, he's a
does though.
clown. Yeah.
It's exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like it's exciting. I like that fight though. Najee and Ben Whitaker. I like that fight for sure.
But he's not gonna yeah. Anthony
man,
Yard,
I don't know.
the gatekeeper, maybe that.
Najee
Anthony
Hey,
versus
Yard, the
David
gatekeeper.
Morrell would be crazy.
Huh?
Najee and David Morrell would be crazy.
Yeah, that would, but I don't think they'll let yeah, I don't know that fight will that's a big fight though.
Najee versus Callum. I mean, isn't David Morrell versus Callum coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, David Morrell, Colin Smith, April 18th, coming up next month.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, but we still everything is looking good. We got every weekend covered pretty much. I don't even really know about all the weekends in April right now, but based on all the dates, I'm pretty sure we covered, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, Chisora and Wilder on the 4th of April. Then got the Tyson Fury card on the 11th, and I just mentioned the Smith and Morrell card. So yeah, we active, man. It's fights every weekend all the way up until May, and getting into the May schedule. That's where it's gonna start getting hot into the summer, man. Boxing is gonna be big in the summer, so we're gonna start getting some real great matchups coming in the summer, and which is a lot of these companies they behind the scenes, making it happen for us, making these fights, finalized and everything. So we're gonna get some action, man. Boxing is in a great space. It's not dead. A lot of people is working out here, putting in some pain. So I'm excited to see what we're gonna have for the rest of 2026 for sure.
1000%, and we definitely doing our part, man. We had a phenomenal day. Make sure y'all check out our show from earlier today on Cam J
Yeah,
Network. It was fire. Follow Cam J Network, and make sure y'all continue to support your content creator when you can. Bless the Cash App, the Zelle, the PayPal, the Super Chat, the Super Thanks. All that helps. Join the membership. Hit the panel with us and kick it with us. We're gonna be back tomorrow, man. This was a phenomenal show. Shout out to the Sports Star Network, the People's Network. Let's go green.
I need money.